Hello, my name is Ella Walter-Sanchez, and I'm so excited to be a Fall 2023 Varsity Sports intern. I'm currently a senior at Arcadia High School and host the morning news. My dream is to be a sideline reporter for an MLB team. I'll be hosting the Scottsdale Sports Report. See you then!
Hey everyone, I'm Bobby Murphy, and I'm a senior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. I've been a digital reporter and photographer in the past, and I'm excited to join Varsity Sports Show as a play-by-play announcer and color commentator.
Hello everyone, my name is Connor Manning, and I am thrilled to be a part of the Varsity Sports team this fall. I look forward to build off my own commentating I did in high school, calling some great moments throughout the season, and gain lots of valuable experience for the future. Catch you guys at the games!
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no-obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at Eco Roofing Solutions AZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the #Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience.
Can you hear me?
Customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hello, Arizona sports fans. I'm Lofton Lechner, and I couldn't be happier to be joining the Varsity Sports team as a technical director for Fall 2023. Follow me on Twitter at Lofton Lechner to stay locked in for the season.
What's inside you? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center uses the latest technologies to train the athlete in all of us. Unlock the greatness inside of you.
Welcome back to another beautiful Friday night in Phoenix, Arizona. For Varsity Sports Show, this is Bobby Murphy here with my colleague Connor Manning. Connor, beautiful night here at Camelback High School as the Spartans host, as the 1-3 Spartans host the 4-0 Arcadia Titans. What do you expect to see tonight from both teams?
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like the weather's finally broken. It's under 100 here. It's we'll never say that the high 90s are nice, but no, it should be a really good game. Both teams have really strong passing, and we'll see if the defenses can contain one another. It should be a big fight field. These two teams played each other last year. Camelback got the 27-21 victory. And, yeah, you're right. Arcadia's undefeated. It's all about staying undefeated. And it's going to be a big game tonight. Homecoming for Camelback, so a lot of emotions in the air.
So here we go for another beautiful Friday night under the lights in Phoenix. Arcadia versus Camelback. Excited to see a good game. There we go. The kick is up. That's the Titans look to receive a short kick. Return to about the 40-yard line, and that's going to be great field position for the Titans.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a short kick, but he was able to pick up a little bit. He lost his footing there, That was number 14, Drew Smith, who was able to take the ball. Excuse me. Obviously, not the two main guys that usually take it. They kicked it a little short there, but no, can't complain about the starting field position at the 40. And here we go.
And the Titans are coming off their biggest win of the season, 42-19 versus Coconino last week. We saw Rooney have probably his best game of the season. What do you expect to see from him tonight?
Yeah, it was a dominant effort against Coconino, and they'll need to continue it tonight because, like every week, it's a new test.
As here we have Rooney in the shotgun with two receivers out to his right and one out to his left, with Forrest in the shotgun next to him. It's going to be a handoff to Forrest, and he's going to be taken down, looks like just short of the goal, just short of the line of scrimmage for a stop there on first down. And this Spartans front seven will be in for a tough task trying to handle Brady Forrest and the Titans offensive line, so we'll see if they're able to stop the shifty back. Second and 11 with Rooney in the shotgun gun. This time two receivers to his left, one to his right, as he's looking to Ray Brown on the sideline. So here's a snap to Rooney, another handoff to Forrest, and he's going to take it a few yards to make it a more manageable third down, but still a third and long for Arcadia.
Yeah, back-to-back runs up the middle. Brady Forrest having a little bit of trouble getting through that front for Camelback, and we'll see if they'll switch it up to the pass. We know how easily they can interchange that here.
And we've talked all year about the Arcadia offense, how balanced they are with, of course, Rooney at quarterback, Forrest in the backfield, and then such good weapons with Drew Smith, Drew Smith, and so many other guys, including, of course, Carter Pruitt. So here's a big 3rd and 5, and there's going to be a flag up. Looks like that might be a false start on Arcadia.
Well, we saw Coconino damaged by that so many. Oh, and it's against Camelback. Well, I was just going to say, what really hurt the Coconino defense and offense last week was the fact that they took so many penalties, and it really just helps out Arcadia because that's a first down. They're just giving away free plays.
And Coconino really didn't look that inferior of an opponent to Arcadia, but like you said, the penalties just absolutely killed them, and on 3rd and 5, there's a huge one to give the Titans a first down there.
Well, absolutely. The score was not very reflective of the two teams, and Coconino really was never able to get anything going, and that's why it was able to get to that point.
After that penalty, we're going to see a first down for Arcadia with Rooney in the shotgun. Again, two receivers to the left and one out to the right with Forrest in the backfield. We're just going to step back, give a screen pass to, looks like that's going to be Jeremy Smith, I believe, for a solid gain on first down.
Good quick pass there. Smith able to get a few more yards and just moving up the field.
And we talked to Jeremy Smith after the game last week. He was pretty much saying how he literally was cooking the Coconino defensive back that was on him most of the game. But Smith had a great game last week, probably his best of the season. Few catches, 2 touchdowns, and like we talked about a lot last week, that one big moss. But great game for Jeremy Smith last week as he starts off tonight with a catch.
Well, it's a new player every week, right? And that's been the name of the game for Arcadia, is someone is stepping up every week, and you get your consistency guys, Forrest and Rooney, that are always showing up, always put it in for the team, and just with the different receivers showing up every week, you know, it really makes them dangerous.
And with Ray Brown, I mean, 4-0 with the Titans so far. Haven't talked to him that much this year, but we know that he cannot be satisfied yet with how he's happy with how the team has been playing, I would assume. However, they still have a lot of work to go, and he does have to be somewhat satisfied with the 4-0 start.
Well, 10 games might not seem like a lot, but it is quite a long season, and you're developing every week. You're getting better every week, and you know, you're right. We haven't been able to talk to him personally much, but you know, just judging from what we've seen about Arcadia, you know, we've seen a lot of good. But as with every football team, you want to get better every week, and you know, especially the way they ended last week, they were up 42-6 and then ended 42-19. So obviously you want to clean that up, especially the way that it ended with all those penalties when trying to punt. But if that's the biggest thing you need to worry about, then your team's in great shape for this year.
And here's a 2nd and 3 for the Arcadia offense. This time with Rooney under center. It's going to snap to Rooney. He's going to roll out to his right, chased heavily by a few Spartans front 7 guys, and it looks like that might be a late flag. Or no flag. Excuse me, no flag. Oh. Never mind, there was a flag. It looks like that's going to be roughing the passer.
Well,
on Camelback.
You can't hit the quarterback late, and that's a costly penalty because they're really going to move up there.
And again, I mean, it's only been a few plays, but this Spartans front 7 has been making some plays, either stopping Forrest from making big plays, of course, getting his big burst of speed onto the outside, but getting to Rooney, there was a great job by that Spartans D-line, but of course that penalty is going to kill them.
Well, it's a real shame because it was a great hurry on Rooney. Rooney had to throw it away, and it was going to be second down, or it's going to be third down, excuse me, but I mean, yeah, it's just costly stuff like that, costing you 15 yards, and look at that. They're already deep in territory now.
And it will be the Titans' ball, 1st and 10 on about the 25, 26-yard line. As we have Rooney in the shotgun, 1 receiver out on each side. He's going to look to the left, and that's going to be a catch just short of a first down. And it looks like that might be Alex Alba with the catch. Cannot get a great view. But Alex Alba, who has the last few games has had a lot more catches than he did earlier in the season. Of course, getting him back out onto the field has been big for him. But when he's been out on the field, he's been looking a lot better.
Well, again, we continuously talk about the importance of getting different people involved in the game, especially the receivers, right? Arcadia has 3-4 great options that they can throw to, so getting the ball to them to be able to make the plays is important.
It's been a handoff to Force. He's going to take that to the outside.
Good tackle there.
And great tackle by the Spartans there to stop Force just short of the first down. Looks like that's going to be a 3rd and short.
That was number 40, Siopi Pulu, with the great tackle there. Able to get up to Forced and be able to make the stop.
Arcadia's faced with another 3rd and short, their second one of the drive.
Super important here for the Camelback defense to get the stop, force Arcadia, to get the field goal and get that offense off the field. Arcadia converted so many 3rd downs last week.
It's going to be Rooney in the shotgun again. 1 receiver on each side of him with Force in the backfield. Snap to Rooney backing up, and it looks like that might kind of be somewhat of a miscommunication between, well, it looks like it might be Jeremy Smith and Rooney there.
It looked like Smith tripped during his route and wasn't ready for the catch, and while we were just talking about how important it was for Camelback to get the stop, force them off the field, and they did just that.
And holding this Arcadia offense to 3 points is big every single time.
Yeah, well, you definitely take those field goals every time for the defense, right? You always consider that a win. Obviously, you'd want to go each drive without giving up any points.
And Garrick Heil looks like it will be good from about maybe 35-ish yards.
Yeah, it looks like it was about a 35, 36-yard kick.
And yeah, Connor, with this Camelback offense, I mean, this offense has been struggling a little bit this year, only averaging 19 points a game, and a lot of those were in a 50-point win, or it was in a 50-7 win over Dobson. But they're going to have Rocco Mortensen, the senior quarterback, starting for the Spartans, and Arcadia is very familiar with him. He was at Arcadia, transferred away last year, and this is his second year as the Camelback quarterback.
Well, it will be interesting to see how this goes about. Rocco Mortensen, obviously, yes, the Titans are very familiar with him. He did transfer from there. But I look at our Camelback as they're a solid team. They got 2 solid running backs in Tali Mafu and Sean Piera. That'll create problems for Arcadia. But also through the air, Rocco Mortensen's got 2 really good options in Nathan Wingfield and Jalen Gillis. Nathan Wingfield doesn't have very many yards to his receptions, but he has accounted 5 of 6 of Rocco Mortensen's passing touchdowns this season. So it'll be very important for Camelback to get those receivers the ball and to get up the field, because Arcadia's defense, well, we talked at the beginning of the season about how we didn't really have very high expectations for Arcadia's defense. They've actually really shown up. and they've been a very strong asset for the Titans so far in the last 2 weeks especially.
As here's Heil with the kick, and he's going to pound that line drive into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. But yeah, like you said, for the Spartans with Mortensen at quarterback and with Gillis and Wingfield, kind of a 1A and 1B type receiver for them. But yeah, Jalen Gillis, the senior receiver, with catching 5 of Mortensen's 6 touchdowns this year. He's really been the most dependable guy for Rocco Mortensen in the red zone.
Well, it's important to have those guys, especially when you're in the red zone and you need someone to catch a ball that you're throwing up into the end zone. So, it'll be good to see. It'll be interesting to see what they can do here. And, we might end up having kind of a shootout here, especially if Camelback can get going. We know that their offense hasn't been very successful when getting the ball into the end zone recently, but you never know. Every week's a different week.
As here's Mortensen in the shotgun with 3 receivers on his left and 1 to the right. It's going to be a play action slant pass. That's going to be a big play for the Spartans, and he's going to take that all the way. Touchdown, Camelback, with 7:07 left in the first quarter. That's going to be a first play of the drive, touchdown for the Spartans.
Well, if you're Arcadia's defense, that's probably the last thing you wanted to do. The last time a lot of these players are going to be out on the field for homecoming night for Camelback, and they come out with an electric 80-yard touchdown pass on just a simple slant route.
And I couldn't get a good view of who caught that pass, but this is really the first time we've seen Arcadia down all season, if not the first time. I could be incorrect, but playing from behind is not a familiar place this year for Arcadia.
This is rare adversity for the Titans, and they have to respond. This offense will have to come out and respond right away.
Now for that kick, with just under 7 minutes left in the first quarter, that is going to be a lead for Camelback after a big play there. But, yeah, I mean, one of the best things about Arcadia's defense is that they really do limit the big plays. That has to be the biggest play that Arcadia's defense has allowed all year. They don't allow a lot of explosive plays, as their front seven is just so well able to get to the quarterback, and their secondary has been locked down for most of the year.
Well, it's the second the backs will definitely sit down after that one and think about it, because there were 2 men in the area that were able to get to him, and he just blew right past them. So they're going to have to account for that, maybe off the line a little bit to give a little bit of room, but. Yeah, you can't be having that again, or else it's going to be a long night for this Arcadia defense.
And for the Spartans, with the 3 trio receivers stacked on the left, that kind of takes off the attention that you'll put on the receiver on the right, and he was able to just catch that slant pass and get away.
Well, and that's the problems that are created when you have 2 really solid receivers.
Here's me another short kick by the Spartans, and taken down just around the 29-yard line. Arcadia will have the ball down 7-3.
Once again, another short kick to Drew Smith, and this time he wasn't able to get as much. But, yeah, I mean, you're starting from the 30. It's not terrible, but, just shake off that last drive and be ready to go for this one.
And we talked about not really seeing Arcadia behind that much in the games this season, but let's see how Braylon Rooney responds after their defense has allowed a big touchdown for really the only time all year.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just talking about how it's a test of adversity here for Arcadia, and you're going to need that. You're going to run into those games where it happens, so it's just a matter of can you do it and, kind of just answering.
Rooney's going to hand off to Forrest, and he's going to be stopped just right up the middle. So far, it's only been a drive and 1 play, but this defense for Camelback has really been doing a great job at stopping Forrest from going anywhere.
He hasn't really, you're right, he has not really been able to move far, and that's kind of created that may create a problem soon, because if you limit that scheme to just passing, then you can kind of account for that. So really good job by the Camelback defense to not allow Brady Forrest to get out into the open. We see that a lot. He'll either come inside and then sprint to the outside and get the sideline, or he'll start from the outside, cut inside, and they haven't been able to really let him do much.
It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Titans with 4 receivers out to the left and Rooney in the shotgun. He's going to look to Jeremy Smith on the right side, and he's going to take a curl and take that long play by Jeremy Smith as he cuts inside, and Jeremy Smith is going to take that for a touchdown. Looked like he was going to get tackled there, and not even a big juke, but Jeremy Smith is able to just take a little cut and take that all the way for a touchdown.
Talk about an answer, huh? I mean, my goodness, that is really impressive by Jeremy Smith. He caught the ball, he got past the initial defender, and then he just kept going. They were approaching him. Instead of trying to make a move, he just kept going. He kept his foot on the gas, sprinted right past the Camelback defense, and just like that, Arcadia's back in this game.
And that really wasn't any kind of fancy juke or anything. He was just kind of just took a, not even a sharp cut, kind of just like a low-key cut just right into the inside there, and I thought he was going to tackle, but Jeremy Smith takes that for about 71 yards to give Arcadia a 10-7 lead after that kick by Garrett Kyle.
Yeah, a very impressive response, and now it's kind of like a pendulum swing. Now it's back to Camelback to respond, right? They were off the field quickly last time, and all of a sudden now they're right back onto the field. So each team has had a couple of short drives here, and we might see a really explosive football game here tonight.
And for the Spartans defense, they have not allowed more than 20. In 3 of their 4 games, they have allowed less than 22 points. Besides one outlier against against Desert Edge 2 weeks ago, where they lost 54-0. They've been looking really good this year. They allowed 7 points to Dobson, 8 points to Cesar Chavez in an 8-6 loss last week, and then allowing 21 to a tough Cactus Shadows team in week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking over the results for this team this year. It's been very interesting because they've had 2 losses by a combined score of 3, and especially that 8-6 loss last week, which was just a really tough, muddy, gritty defensive game. But then, yeah, you're right, that blowout loss just doesn't really make sense. So we don't really know what to expect from this Camelback team, because we also know that they won big earlier this year too. So their offense can produce, but at the same time has really struggled at times.
Here's Garrett Kyle with the kick with 2 returners around the 5-yard line. It's going to be a low kick that will be returned just past the end zone. It's going to be taken to the outside, out to the left. He's going to take that past the 30, past the 40, past the 50, and he is taken down around the 36-yard line.
Great return there by Jalen Gillis. He's one of the receivers we were talking about. We're able to get to the outside. He had some blockers with him, and great field position by Camelback. I think this is really going to be an explosive game here.
And we really haven't seen that many high-scoring games on both sides for Arcadia. I mean, there was a 34-28 win, that one over Walden Grove.
Well, we seem to find something different every week covering the Titans this year, and it looks like it's the high-scoring affairs turn, because so far, I mean, we've seen, 7 plays, 8 plays, and a few of them have really gone deep for a lot of yards. So we'll see how Mortensen in the offense can respond here, though.
We're going to have Mortensen in the shotgun with 2 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. It looks like that's going to be a handoff out to the left, and that's going to be Talimafu taking that for maybe a first down, and there's a late flag coming from around the tackle. It looks like that might be as we're waiting to see the flag here. It's going to be holding on the Spartans, so big run by Talimafu negated.
Well, that's the 3rd time now Camelback has committed a costly penalty. This time it's now on the offensive side. So they really need to kind of clean that up, be a little bit more disciplined, not commit so many penalties, because that's really going to hurt.
And for Camelback head coach Brandon McNutt, I mean, at the end of the first quarter, next huddle, halftime, a lot of times throughout this game, he will be stressing to play cleaner football and to not allow those flags to happen. Yeah,
well, I mean, you can't. So you try and address that as quickly as you can. Obviously, you work around that. You work with what you've got. But, yeah, at the end of the day, it has to be talked about. It has to be addressed. You can't be having that happen because it's really going to hurt you. We saw that last week with Coconino, and, if you're Camelback, you don't want it happening to them tonight.
Here's Mortensen in the shotgun, 1st and 15. He's going to hand that off. Looks like the same play out to Talimafu, taking it to the left, and there's another flag. Looks like there might have been 2 thrown there.
I wonder if they're on the same play.
Looks like that could be another holding on the Spartans pending the ref.
Well, I mean, it's on Arcadia.
That's going to be holding on Arcadia, so that will be a first down for Camelback.
Well, I mean, we've talked the last couple of weeks about how Arcadia's opponents have really damaged themselves via the penalties, but this time on Arcadia, I mean, that's something that you have to worry about as well, making sure that you don't keep doing that.
And as they push the ball up for the offense, that will be a first down from, looks like around the 15-yard line for the Spartans. As here we go again with Morrison in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. So he's going to drop back, throw a short pass. That's going to be tackled pretty quickly. Pass caught there by senior receiver Nathan Wingfield. As we have about a 2nd and 6, just around 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Big rest of this drive for the Spartans offense. He's going to take it deep out to the end zone. That's going to be incomplete.
Well, a defender got in the way of Gillis. I don't know if he was going to be able to catch it anyway, but potentially could have been a missed pass interference call for Arcadia.
We do hear some of the fans out for Camelback disagreeing with the no call there a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely wanted one there. I think Arcadia might have gotten away with it. Like I said, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get to it anyway, but still, he definitely got in the way there.
Morocco Morrison is going to hand it off to Tali Mafi, and he's going to take a hit and take the outside and gain a few yards there. Looks like he might be close to the first down. And Tali Mafu, who plays both sides of the ball, he is near the leader on the team in tackles, has 3 sacks on the year, 5 tackles for loss, and also playing as a big back in that Camelback offense. The 6'1", 203-pound senior. He's able to play on both sides of the ball. Yeah, he's definitely a very valuable piece on both sides, and he might be a big piece here on 4th down, and with looks like Camelback's going to stay out here. It's going to be a 4th and 2 for Camelback from just around the 10-yard line as they're going to look to get that first down and take the lead. So here's the snap to Morrison. It's going to be pitched out to the left to Mafu, and he's going to be taken down short of the first down. Huge stop for Arcadia and the Titans defense. That was a great tackle by Carter Pruitt to get to Mafu and be able to stop him short, and that is a big stop for Arcadia and a great response after that last drive ended so disastrously for them. And I'm not too familiar with the Camelback kicking game. It looks like Ezekiel Delgado is both a punter and kicker. Didn't get much information on him from what I could see, but it looks like either Camelback was just trying to get a touchdown when they could, or they're not comfortable with their kicker. Well, I'm not 100% sure either what information is for Delgado, but it's definitely considering thought that, 4th down and short, considering the success of last drive, just trying it out. Right, it's early in the game. You're only down by 3. Why not? I saw a little bit about Delgado doing research this week, and so, I mean, we might see him again. As here's Rooney going to pitch that off on an end around there, and it's going to be a first, just short of the first down there for the Titans. And it looks like that might have been Brady Force with the carry. Uh-oh. Looks like there may be some discussion there between the refs. Possible unsportsmanlike conduct on Arcadia. If I saw that correctly from the head ref. It doesn't look like they went anywhere, so I don't know what exactly the call was, but first down. This is Rudy in the shotgun, and he's going to take a swing pass out to the right, and Alex Alba is going to take that for a first down.
Well, this is the Arcadia offense we know. Alex Alba with another great catch. And, I mean, we see Smith, we see Alba. They've gotten their names called this game. This is where Arcadia gets dangerous here.
And this could be one game where Carter Pruitt could get, I mean, of course, with that Titans receiving core, there are so many guys around there that could make plays. Some guys that have been getting a few more targets over Carter Pruitt, who we know is a game changer on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, well, we were talking earlier, Carter Pruitt's like the guy on defense. He's definitely a valuable piece on the offensive side, but there's so many weapons, so you never really know who Arcadia is going to go with whenever they throw the ball.
Rooney's going to hand that off to Force, and he's not going to go anywhere, really. And it looks like the ball might have come out at the end. Camelback is signaling that they have the ball. And it looks like Force lost that ball, and Camelback does recover, so that's going to be a costly turnover with just over a minute 30 left in the first quarter as the Titans hand the ball off, essentially, to Camelback.
Well, a very rare mistake from a very consistent player in Force. He got hit hard there, and they just hit him in the right place, and he lost the football, and that's a win for Camelback's defense, especially considering how their last trip on the field was ended up. So it's definitely back and forth affair, and again, we really don't know what to make of this game so far. There's been defensive stops, explosive plays, so it's been very fun so far, but we don't know. There's no storyline.
Looks like we're in front of the exciting rest of the game. And Morrison's going to be in the shotgun with two receivers out to the left, one to the right. He's going to drop back, look down the field, and just a beautiful dot to Nathan Wingfield with some zip on the ball there by Mortensen. Yeah, for Mortensen, it's really not only, but like you were saying earlier, Jalen Gillis and Nathan Wingfield, the two top targets and most reliable guys for Mortensen in this game.
Yep, plenty of targets, plenty of opportunities to get the ball down the field through the air, and it's going to be a real test for Arcadia to be able to stop those two players.
It looks like that will be another first down for the Spartans offense as Mortensen is back in the shotgun again with two receivers out on each side of him. He's going to drop back, and he's going to take that, maybe get sacked there, maybe have a gain of one. Couldn't get a good view from here, but
he might have just got back to the line of scrimmage there. Great job pressure from the Arcadia front, able to get to Mortensen, force him to kind of get out of the pocket and try and scramble, and third down here. And, I mean, of course, besides that first long play for Camelback, Arcadia's defense has been looking solid so far. Some big stops on the last drive, and a big 3rd and 3 here, which looks like could be the last play of the quarter. Yeah, they look like they've regained their composure, and they're playing very well.
It's 4 receivers out, and Mortensen's going to hand that off on a 3rd and 3, and it looks like that they will not get anywhere close to the first down.
They tried to switch it up. They tried to get the handoff. It didn't work, and that'll do it for the first quarter.
Hello, my name is Ella Walter-Sanchez, and I'm so excited to be a Fall 2023 Varsity Sports intern. I'm currently a senior at Arcadia High School and host the morning news. My dream is to be a sideline reporter for an MLB team. I'll be hosting the Scottsdale Sports Report. See you then!
Hey everyone, I'm Bobby Murphy, and I'm a senior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. I've been a digital reporter and photographer in the past, and I'm excited to join Varsity Sports Show as a play-by-play announcer and color commentator.
Hello everyone, my name is Connor Manning, and I'm thrilled to be a part of the varsity sports team this fall. I look forward to build off my own commentating I did in high school, calling some great moments throughout the season, and gain lots of valuable experience for the future. Catch you guys at the games!
All right, we are back here at Camelback High School. I'm Connor Manning, doing color commentary tonight, along with Bobby Murphy doing play-by-play. He's just writing something down real quick. And, yeah, we got 4th down here, 2 back-to-back stops by Arcadia's front to be able to get Camelback in this territory, and Bobby, take it away from here.
And this is going to be a big 4th and 3 for the Spartans. We have seen a lot of big plays for them just on these short plays, but of course, playing Arcadia, you do have to get whatever conversions, whatever points you can get. See, as Morrison's going to drop back, throw that out to the right, and it looks like that will be Nathan Wingfield with the first down. Solid play call there by head coach McNutt, getting Mortensen to roll out and throw it to one of his most reliable guys in Nathan Wingfield. Nothing too flashy, just an easy short route for the first down on a big 4th down.
Yeah, sometimes it really just comes down to that, just making sure that you make the quick play and you again just keeping your team on the field. Arcadia did a really good job of that last week, and Camelback's doing a good job of that in this drive.
On this first down, Mortensen's going to be in the shotgun and going to look back, and he's going to throw a slant pass way over the head of Gillis, and that's going to be a flag on the, looks like the Arcadia secondary.
Yeah, it looks like it's Jackson Crandall just getting contact with the Camelback receiver a little too early, and that's going to cost them.
It looks like that might have been an uncatchable, being a little high, but of course, you cannot get there too early on a play as a defender.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know because he did make contact before. But, yeah, I mean, regardless, they're going to call those 100% of the time, whether they're catchable or not. So it's just making sure that you stay in position to be able to make the play and, not making mistakes like that.
That's me another first down for Camelback. As Mortensen's going to be in the shotgun here. 2 receivers out to the left and 2 out to the right. As that's going to be a handoff there up the middle, and doesn't get any yards there really, as it's going to be a 2nd down and long for Camelback.
Good job by the Arcadia front there, not being fooled by the play action handoff, and that's back-to-back. That's 3 plays in a row now that Arcadia's tried to get something, or Camelback's tried to get something on the ground, and that Arcadia front has been strong and imposing and not letting anything through.
And after that long touchdown play to Gillis with the slant on the play action, I mean, seeing the play action and just a quick play action and quick throw to a slant receiver, that could fool anyone really there. So, yeah, like you said, great instincts by the defensive line and front 7 for Arcadia.
We're making it a one-dimensional game.
As Mortensen's going to roll it to the left, look for a receiver down to the end zone, and it looks like he's just going to throw that away. Going to be a huge 3rd and 14 for Camelback.
Once again, good job by this Arcadia front 4, getting pressure to Mortensen, forcing him out of the pocket, forcing him to really try and create something out of nothing. And, he just basically threw it away there. And there wasn't really anything available. And all of a sudden we find ourselves in 3rd down again.
And on this 3rd down, Mortensen's going to be looking for either Gillis or Wingfield. Like we've been talking about, his most reliable weapons and the guys who have been there for him all season, especially Gillis, who, like you mentioned earlier, has 5 touchdowns of Mortensen's, or now 6 of Mortensen's 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's right. Those are his 2 guys. We'll see what they can do here.
As Mortensen's going to drop back, look to the right of the end zone for Gillis, and he's going to overthrow that just a little bit.
Another ball. Try to throw it where only Gillis was going to be the one to try and catch it, and a good job by this Arcadia defense getting the stop, recomposing themselves after that pass interference penalty. And now they're going to force, I think they're going to force a kick here.
And great defense by the Arcadia secondary there, not allowing Gillis to get any separation and forcing a really tough throw for Mortensen into the back of the end zone.
Well, when you don't create a lot of opportunity for Mortensen or anyone really to get a play that they want, that'll create problems. It'll be frustrating.
And the kick is up, and it looks like it will be good.
It was Kevin Lopez there. Oh no, it was Delgado. I'm sorry. His numbers looked a little confusing.
Yeah, the 56 and the 66 almost had me for a sec. But Delgado ties up the game at 10 with just around 10:30 left in the first half. Connor, what have you seen from really both sides, or at least from the Arcadia defense, able to get some stops? Of course, they did allow that long play, but allowing the field goal there, all the other stops. What do you think Ray Brown is thinking about his defense right now?
We got to be happy with that, especially having first down in the red zone. You know, obviously coming off the penalty, you really wanted to get a stop, and you know, they gave away 3 points there in the field goal, but you have to be happy with the fact that it was only 3 points there. And I mean, if you're Ray Brown, you're happy. You give what you give as much as you can, but you also want to take as well. So taking 4 points off the board for Camelback is definitely something to be happy about. And now it's back to work for Arcadia's offense to try and get something following the turnover there.
And for the Titans offense, we've yet to see Rooney kind of, I mean, of course they did have that big play to Smith. Haven't seen so much of the Titans offense on the field, even after 2 scoring drives. But Rooney, we've really yet to see him use his legs, roll out, look deep a little bit so far.
Well, they've really been looking to force to get the ground game going for the Titans, and it really hasn't worked so far. Be interesting to see.
Like some kind of squib kick, and that's going to be Camelback ball, I believe. And that is going to be Camelback's ball. Kind of not really a weird onside kick, kind of a deep one that went farther than most do. And it looks like, not sure who that was for Arcadia, but had his hands on the ball at first, but was not able to corral that ball in as Camelback recovers the ball.
Oh, that's just another error by Arcadia on the field. Another fumble. If you're going to put your hands on it for an onside, you got to be able to grab it. And he wasn't able to grab it there, and that's costly.
And what a gutsy call there by the Spartan special teams and Brandon McNutt.
I like it. It's homecoming. It's a rivalry game. You're taking on a team that, you know, there's a lot of personal animosity. Like, why not? Especially, you know, you see the success that the offense has had. Scoring only 10 points fair, but, you know, they know what they can do against this defense, so might as well keep the ball.
And keeping Rooney and Co. off the field is always a plus for Camelback. As that's going to be Mafu running to the left side, and he's going to get a few yards as a flag comes in from around the 15-yard line. Thrown pretty far.
It definitely looked like the back judge saw something far away.
Waiting for the call from the head referee. That's me holding on Camelback. So it will be another first down and longer this time for Camelback and Mortensen and the offense.
Yeah, another big error. It was a decent run, put themselves in a good position on second down, and it's just kind of like a costly penalty. And, you know, for both teams, it's really not something that you can afford to do.
That's going to be a first and 15 for the Spartans from the Arcadia 46-yard line. Just under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Clock ticking. Morrison's going to have the usual setup for him. 2 receivers on the right, 1 out to the left with Mafu in the backfield. So he's going to drop back. Good rush by Arcadia as Morrison's going to take that ball and run for a solid gain, maybe about 6 yards on that first down run.
That's a hard-fought 6 yards there. Once again, Arcadia's front 4 getting to Rocco Mortensen, forcing him to kind of have to make a play out of nothing. And it was a good response, able to pick up something, but just another good job by Arcadia forcing the disruptions.
And for Rocco Mortensen, I mean, took his time in the pocket, was looking down the field. Of course, the blocking did collapse a little bit, but they did give him enough time to scan the field and then take the ball and run for 5 yards instead of allowing a sack.
Well, you'll definitely take the better field position. You're back inside that 10 yards that you originally started out with, so you can't complain about that. And you have something to work with here on second down.
3 receivers out for Mortensen as he's going to drop back, throw a swing pass out to Mafu as he's going to take that for about maybe just short of the first down. That's either going to be a 3rd and short or a first down for Camelback, but solid play. Mortensen looking down the field and then kicking it out to Mafu on the swing play. That will be a 3rd and 1 for the Spartans.
Third down and short once again. This will be an important task for Camelback to be able to stay on the field. Another good play, kind of out of nothing. Mortensen had pressure coming to him once again, able to just dump it off and be able to pick some more yards.
And 3rd and 1 here, they're probably going to look to Mafu up the middle. And that looks like that'll be a false start on Mafu as he was looking to go a little bit early there.
It's got a little too antsy there. You have to wait for the snap.
And that's going to make it a much harder 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1 where they could have just punched up Mafu up the middle. So really unnecessary.
Well, that will change the scheme a little bit because you're a little bit farther now on 3rd down, and you have to change it up. You have to find something that, you know, can account for those 6 yards. And once again, he's staying on the field here.
And Mortensen, of course, will look to Gillis or Wingfield here on some kind of slant pass, about 5 to 10 yard intermediate pass that he excels at.
Arcadia crowd getting loud.
That's going to hand off to Mafu up the middle, and he's not going to get anywhere there, maybe a yard or 2. That's going to be a 4th and about 5 or 6 for the Spartans. So kind of surprising play call there by McNutt for the offense. I was not expecting to see Mafu up the middle there, but this Arcadia offense, we have seen some good plays by Mafu, but this Arcadia front 7, we have seen a lot of solid plays from so far, as it looks like the offense will stay out on the field for a 4th and 5.
Well, I mean, there's something to be proud of there, and I mean, it seems like we're starting to noticing something common here for Camelback, staying on the field on 4th down. And, you know, you got to get something here. You have a great opportunity getting that onside recovery. You don't really want it to go to waste.
As Mortensen drops back, and he is sacked. Big play by, it looks like that. Did not see who was on the sack there. Could not see.
Yeah, it was Jacob Takempe there, able to get to Mortensen.
Those 5 and 6s on pretty much every jersey really do confuse me.
Well, that was a great job by Arcadia. 4th down, big opportunity here to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did. And that's the Arcadia defense is really stepping up here.
We have some difficulties in front of us with the camera that we turned into, but it looks like everything may be good.
What's the ball? Defense, what's the ball?
All right, and that will be a 1st down for Arcadia. Excuse the
Go get it, Belly.
hindrance.
Go get it.
As Rooney's in the shotgun with 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, as he's going to look down the field and just going to overthrow his wide receiver there, Carter Pruitt, but that's a throw that we have seen Rooney make a lot this year, and he's able to make that throw a lot. That was about a 15, maybe 20-yard pass down the field to an open receiver, and Carter Pruitt, who is a solid target at 6'3", 200, just overthrown by Rooney.
Yeah, a little too high of a pass. We saw that a couple times last week against Coconino. Just needs to put it a little bit more, give it a better opportunity for his receivers to make the catch, because, yeah, that's a big gain.
In the interesting formation, I mean, Rooney alone in the backfield, we haven't seen that a lot this year.
Well, you got to try something different.
Force, and Force is going to take that for a big play. Big burst of speed from Force as he's going to take that to the outside, and Force is going to take that for a touchdown. Touchdown, Titans, as a play that looks like Rooney's going to get sacked. Dumps that off to Force, and Force is going to take that maybe 70, 75 yards for a touchdown. And we talk a lot about Brody Force's speed and how he's able to turn, as he's able to take that ball and just turn it into a huge play.
Well, it was a simple dump off that, you know, didn't really look like much, but all of a sudden it just, like lightning in a bottle, all of a sudden is in the back of the end zone, and, you know,
as we have another difficulty here that with the tripod that we will take care of.
Looks like there's a little bit of confusion on the point after touchdown procedure.
we are still waiting for the snap to come. Like I said, some confusion in the backfield. So it looks like that's going to be a 2-point conversion forced in the backfield, taking the snap, and he's going to take that for a 2-point conversion. Kind of flips into the end zone there.
Well, I mean, might as well, right? That's a very interesting play call. I wouldn't say it was the most necessary thing, but I guess why not go for it, you know? When you're the Arcadia offense and you can kind of do things like that, you might as well. And, I mean, the story of this game for Arcadia's offense is really just 2 explosive plays have really been the difference maker. And, you know, we're starting to see now the switching to a more pass-heavy offense, considering the fact that Forrest really hasn't been able to get much going on the ground. So, I mean, you'll take what you can get, especially on a simple dump like that.
And kind of some new things we've seen from this Arcadia offense. Usually a team that's able to just tire out the defense, really balanced offense that's able to mix in a lot of passing and running, of course, with Forrest legs, which or at least run game hasn't been on for him as well as usual. But we've seen 2 plays of about 60, 70-yard touchdowns for the Titans. But a lot of new, I don't want to say things we've seen from Arcadia, but back-to-back, not back-to-back, 2 big touchdown plays for Arcadia that really we haven't seen that much explosion from all year.
Well, and sometimes you desperately need that. Sometimes when you're a team like Arcadia that's found ways to win, you need to get those. And, you know, that slow, methodical pace where they just find their way into the end zone after like a 4 or 5 minute drive, that hasn't worked so far. The Camelback's been very good at getting that stop. So sometimes that's just kind of what you need to get. And, yeah, like you said, 2 big touchdown drives, or 2 big touchdown plays, and they find themselves up 8 here.
And like I said earlier, I mean, it looks like Rooney was going to be sacked there, but Forrest able to just take that dump off and take it all the way.
Well, it's a good job by Rooney to stay composed, stay. Nice quick pass there by Mortensen. Looks like it's close to the first down.
And it looks like that will be a first down for Camelback, as Mortensen is looking for a drive to possibly tie this game up, pending, of course, what they could do on the kick or 2-point conversion. But the Camelback offense that has looked good so far, moving the ball, of course, getting stopped by Arcadia on some big 4th downs. But a Camelback offense that has looked solid so far tonight.
They've been able to get down the field for sure.
As Mortensen's in the shotgun, great blocking by the O-line. He's going to take a big shot down the field, and that's going to be Jalen Gillis all the way down to the 5-yard line. Beautiful pass by Mortensen there. A lot of time in the pocket as he drops that in on Jalen Gillis, who had 2 guys on him all the way down the field.
Well, he's only caught 2 passes, but they've gone for major yards, and he's looking like he's their deep option. And Arcadia's really not had an answer for him. He's only had the ball thrown to him twice, and they've gone for huge gains. And once again, just like that, Camelback's offense is back in it.
And that looks like that could have been around a 60-yard gain for the Spartans. But what a beautiful throw by Mortensen. Like I said, great blocking by the O-line, allowing Mortensen to sit in that pocket and deliver a beautiful pass.
Yeah, I had 65 there, and I think 15 of them he had someone dragging him. So being able to just keep going, muscling through for those extra yardages was huge.
It looks like Mortensen's going to take that ball. Oh, excuse me, not Mortensen. I believe Mafu is going to take that ball up the middle for no yards and possibly a loss.
Well, we talk about how both teams have really been playing similar on offense. They haven't really been able to get much going on the ground. But through the air, I mean, it's kind of up and down as well. Each team has had 2 explosive passing plays. And, I mean, the difference is one of them just didn't go for a touchdown for Camelback. So we really are kind of seeing the same issues on both sides and definitely not being able to run the ball has definitely been a major issue for both teams.
And it's going to be a 2nd and goal for Camelback from about the 6-yard line with the receiver in motion, and it looks like that will be a timeout by Camelback.
Yeah, well, they need to
want to discuss this over.
Yeah, they need to talk that one over. Looked like there was confusion from Mortensen. I don't think he really knew what play they were running.
And so far, I mean, a lot of explosive plays from both sides, but of course with Camelback and the Spartans offense, really explosive plays, long plays that Arcadia has been stopping a lot of all year. Albeit a lot of teams do not take the biggest shots on this Arcadia defense, but Camelback has tonight, and they have succeeded.
Well, a lot of the deep balls usually do get defended very well, and it has definitely felt like a different feel to this game. It's not, 20-point, 24-point game for Arcadia where they can just cruise the rest of the half. Like, they're going to have to keep working here. They're going to have to keep, struggling and grinding and keep going through, because Camelback's not backing down. They're knocking on the door once again.
And Arcadia has really yet to face a receiving duo as talented this year as Jalen Gillis and Nathan Wingfield are for Camelback, especially Jalen Gillis, who, like you mentioned, has had 2 huge plays so far tonight.
Yeah, well, we saw a very run-heavy team try and throw the ball last week, and it didn't really work quite well. This team can throw the ball.
As Mortensen's going to drop back, roll out to the right, and going to get sacked around the 10-yard line by, it looks like that was possibly Fallon Watts.
Well, that was a great job by Arcadia's defense, not really opening anything up for Mortensen. And they got to the quarterback once again. I think that's the 3rd sack for Arcadia this game. The defense has really been showing up. They've given up those 2 big plays, but outside of that, they've looked really solid.
It's going to be a big 3rd and goal for this offense, as they're going to run that up the middle with Mafu, and he's going to take that to the outside just short of the end zone, and that's going to be around a 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Just under 3 minutes left in the first half with the clock ticking.
Well, I actually think that was Murray Crump there, really changing up the backs, getting different looks out there, and looks like they're going to keep. I don't know what they're going to do here. They might just take the points, I think.
And thank you for the correction there. Those 2 plays in a row where I had gotten a name wrong. But
no
yes,
worries.
Murray Crump with the run there.
It's an odd angle. It's hard for us to see the jersey numbers. We definitely do want to make sure we're getting them correct, though.
Of course. As it's going to be a fake field goal rolled out to the left, and that's going to be a touchdown pass by Angel Naria for the Spartans on a fake field goal. Rolling out to the left, throwing across your body. Really tough throw. As the backup quarterback for Camelback is able to take that fake field goal and throw a beautiful pass into the corner of the end zone.
Well, that was a great trick play by Camelback, and you can see that they're really pulling out the stops here. But if you're Arcadia, that's really disappointing, especially if you're Carter Pruitt. He was right there on Angel Naria. We were just talking about he was the backup quarterback and the placeholder. That's really got a sting for Arcadia.
It looks like they're not going to go for the tie and just kick the extra point, which will not be good.
I don't know what happened there. It might have been blocks. He might not have just been footed correctly, but nonetheless, I mean, what an interesting play, and you can really see Camelback going, like, pulling out the stops. That's like the fourth down play that they've gone for it on, so very interesting. And again, it's homecoming night. You're doing everything you can to try and get the victory, and that was just one of the plays.
And on a 4th and goal from the 2, instead of just going for it, which a lot of teams still would do in any level of football, but a fake field goal, that is something that is really surprising to see there, but a great call, and I love to see it from McNutt and Camelback. And with 1:24 left in the first half, Arcadia leads 18-16. And I mean, this has been one of the best games, most exciting games from exciting halves I've seen in an Arcadia game all year so far.
Well, it's definitely closer than what we've seen the last couple of weeks. We were down in Tucson about 3 weeks ago. That was kind of a nail biter, and now we're seeing it this week too. And I mean, if you're Arcadia, you love that. You love that tough grit environment where you kind of need to like pull from the trenches to get the job done. And once again, I mean, you're in that position. It's a close game. You're playing well, but you just kind of need to keep doing more. You need to keep getting points. And it's going to come down to that fourth quarter. You're probably not seeing the backups this game. It's probably going to be a gritty game.
And on both sides of the ball, we've seen a lot of big offensive plays, turnovers, onside kicks, multiple stops on fourth downs from both sides. So we've kind of seen everything in this game that we've wanted to so far.
Yeah, I mean, we really have seen everything you can see in a quarter, or in a half, excuse me. We've seen big plays, we've seen turnovers, we've seen missed kicks, 2-point conversions, fake field goals.
And not to mention that field goal earlier from Arcadia and Garrick Heil. That was a long one, about maybe 35, 40 yards. That is long for high school level, but for Heil, he's able to kick that easily.
Yeah, we've known about Garrett Heil's ability to kick the ball far. We talked earlier at the beginning of the season about how he was that kicker, that he's going to be able to do that. He's going to be that tough asset for Arcadia.
As the kick is off, and it's another short one caught around the 25-yard line. That's going to be taken by, looks like, Luke Mellon. And that's going to be tackled around the 36-yard line. And that's going to be 1:40 left for Arcadia and the Titans offense. And that is definitely enough time for Rooney and company to go the distance.
Well, it's the 2-minute drill everyone knows about. If you know anything about football, not a whole lot of time here to get something done, but you would definitely love to go into the locker room at the end of the half with some points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown.
As Rooney's going to be in the shotgun here with Forrest next to him. Two receivers out to the left and two out to the right as well. So it looks like there's a stoppage on the field. Looks like there's a discussion going on between the ref and a defensive Spartan. And looks like they're back to go. Like I said, it will be Rooney in the shotgun, two receivers on each side. It's going to be a play action to Forrest as Rooney's going to take that, roll it to the left, and just throw that ball away. This D-line is not allowing Rooney to run at all. I mean, he's able to turn a possible sack and just throw it away. So great job by Rooney to get out of that and get rid of the ball. But great job by the defensive line of the Spartans to get to him.
Well, we saw an attempt there to try and get down the field, but yeah, exactly like you said, that Spartan front getting to Rooney, forcing him to kind of just ditch it, has kind of limited Rooney's game a little bit, and especially with Forrest kind of struggling on the ground tonight, it's kind of slowed up Arcadia.
Rooney with a hard count here in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. As Rooney's going to take the snap, look out to the left. And a ball that's going to be thrown away on what looks like was just a simple slant pass to Nick Gettner. It's going to be an incomplete pass. And if Camelback can get a stop here, they'll have a chance of getting the ball back with just over a minute left.
Well, I'm not quite sure what Gettner was doing there. It looked like he wasn't ready to receive the ball. Rudy's trying to get these quick passes out, and, you know, that's like the second or third time now a receiver wasn't ready for it.
This is going to be a big third down for Arcadia. It could determine if they go into the half with a 2-point lead, a bigger lead, or if they could lose the lead and Camelback could get the ball back. But 3rd and 10 here for Arcadia. Rooney in the shotgun, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. As Rooney's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to be sacked and go down on what looks like Rooney may have gone down there as we're going to There's a big sack there, excuse me, thank you, by Siopulu for Camelback.
That was a kind of an awkward tackle on Rooney. He looked like he was maybe hobbling a little bit. I hope he's okay. He's a big part of this offense for the Titans, and we'll be right back.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
As after that big sack for Camelback, a 3-and-out for the Arcadia offense, a rare 3-and-out by the Titans, as there will be a punt here. Punt returner around the 46-yard line of Camelback, as it looks like they may have good field position here with just about a minute left in the first half. As the punt is off, punt is deep back, and he's going to just drop that and scoop it up, and it looks like it is going back down.
Oh, no.
And that ball is recovered by Arcadia.
Another special teams error, this time on Camelback. What a punt. Forced him to run backwards, and he didn't really have a full grasp on it, and he just dropped it in great pursuit. I'm not sure if that's Carter Pruitt. It might have been, but great pursuit by Arcadia nonetheless to be able to stay on it and stay after the ball. And this couldn't have been more perfect scenario for the Titans.
Like you said, a great punt. He looked like he was going to return that pretty shallow, but that punt went wherever his head. He was trying to do kind of, I was going to say Willie Mays catch, but this literally is football. So an awkward catch over his shoulder, trying to catch that, as Arcadia, like you said, is able to get great field position here on about the 25-yard line with 1:20 left in the half.
Yeah, that was booted. That punt was booted, and he had to run back and get it, and probably in hindsight you let that one go, hopefully for a touchback or something, but obviously you never could have anticipated that. But nonetheless, Arcadia is now cashing in on a Camelback turnover. So once again, both teams have kind of had everything happen to them, and it's really no surprise it's this close of a game so far because each team has kind of experienced the same thing.
As Rooney's back in the shotgun, 2 receivers on each side, 1 receiver in motion. He's gonna fake the end around and hand that off to Force, who's taking that to the outside. Big burst of speed. Brady Force takes that all the way for about a 25-yard touchdown. And another one-play touchdown drive for Arcadia. I mean, and either side, there's been a lot.
Well, now that's really costly if you're Camelback because, like you said, that turnover resulted in a touchdown, especially one to Brady Force, where we knew it wasn't going to be forever. We knew eventually he was going to find his footing, and there's nothing better there than that 19-yard touchdown run. And just like that, Arcadia now has jumped back up a little bit more. And again, can't say enough how costly that was for the Spartans.
And on that punt return, it looks like as the kick is coming up for Heil, to make this a 2-score game, and the kick is up and good. As it looks like that is an offsides by the defense.
Oh.
That will not be declined, I don't believe. Looks like that they might want to go for 2 again.
Well, maybe. Moving up a little bit. It was pre-snap. That's why it was automatic. But, I mean, Ray Brown, maybe. You went for it earlier and it worked. Yeah, and it looks like they are going to go for it.
And before the snap, like I was saying with that punt return, I mean, overall just bad positioning by the punt returner.
Well, I think he might have anticipated it coming a little bit shorter than it was. I don't think he really anticipated that hard of a punt. And yeah, he tried to go for. He can never find his ground to be able to catch it from a receiving position. And yeah, I mean, on the run trying to catch it, that's always going to be difficult. And no surprise there that he dropped it, unfortunately. And they got it. So a costly penalty leading to more points on the board for the Titans. And, I mean, obviously, you just can't help but say thank you, because just like that, it goes from 2 points to 10, and that's really got to be demonizing for Camelback going in and trying to go into the break here.
And after having a vision where they could have taken the lead at half, they're now going to be down by 10. And just what a big change. No, I don't want to say a huge change of events, as Arcadia still does have the lead, but possibly going into half down to a 10-point lead. Huge switch around for Arcadia, and Ray Brown has to be ecstatic.
Well, we talk about the pendulum swing from earlier, right? And I can't say for sure if it was a 14 points or 16-point swing, I guess. But, I mean, yeah, that's got to be gut-wrenching for the Spartans, because you go from getting the ball with a $1:20 left, trying to get something down the field, and all of a sudden you're now down 10, and you got a lot of work to do. Try and cut into it going into the half, and then you get the ball to start the second half. So that's really critical that they get a touchdown here.
And like you mentioned earlier, of course, with the penalties, how killer they've been for Camelback. That's 2 extra points that they've given there on these 2-point conversions. There's a big kick by Heil, and it's going to be another touchback, as Heil is able to just boot that into the end zone.
We aren't surprised by that. We know what he can do. We know how hard he can kick. And so that's always helpful, right? You don't allow any return. We saw a few weeks ago Walden Grove getting that kickoff return for a touchdown. So preventing it whenever you can is always big, because you got to make them work for it. You got to make them go that 80 yards from the 20. And so it's a really valuable asset to have.
And with 1:04 left here in the first half, Spartans ball. 1:04 left, you don't want to be too aggressive and possibly turn it over, but they do get the ball second half. So a score here would be big for the momentum. Camelback getting the ball back.
Well, absolutely, and I mean we know they can. We know how explosive they can be. We know that Jalen Gillis caught those 2 long touchdown passes.
As Morrison's going to step back, and he's going to kick that out to, looks like Akin Logan, and he's going to stay inbounds. The clock is going to roll, and looks like the Spartans might not get much here before the half. As they're going to do a no-huddle offense and try and get some yards quickly, see if they can turn this drive into anything.
Looked like it was just a quick one for 5 yards by a name we haven't called yet today.
Morrison's going to drop back. He's going to give it a short pass out to same target, Akin Logan, and the clock stops. 30 seconds left. And again, those 3 receivers on the left side, allowing Logan to garner less attention on the right side with pretty much just a 1v1, and he's able to turn that into a first down.
Well, we talk about how valuable it is to have multiple receivers able to catch the ball for you. Good to get the clock stopped, but you need to get down the field. You need to get a little bit more down the field there. You're only able to pick up 11 yards, and you've already burned close to 10 seconds.
And you can see the safeties are back deep, as there's a deep pass down the field to the same target. He's going to catch that way out of bounds. But if you can see the Arcadia safeties, they're lined pretty far back, because you also, with 30 seconds, now 24 seconds left in the half, you don't want to allow any deep ball passes to Jalen Gillis or Nathan Wingfield, who have been amazing so far this game. Of course, Gillis getting those 2 deep ball passes, or one slant taken deep and then the 1 deep ball. But Gillis is just a playmaker, and you want to eliminate him from any plays down the field here.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it was a good look by Mortensen. It was down the field, just a little too far out. Obviously, we saw the catch. We know he was ready for it, but got to keep that in bounds.
Mortensen's in the shotgun, going to look to the right side of the field again, and it looks like that will be an incomplete pass. 3rd and 10, 19 seconds left in the half. If you're a Camelback, do you try and take a deep shot down the field here and just look for Gillis, or do you just run the ball straight to half?
Well, I think it might be your only option there. That was not a great throw by Mortensen. It was a hard catch for Wingfield, and it wasn't really going where anyway. So if I'm Camelback, you have 1 timeout left. You might as well try a throw up the middle or try something in the middle of the field, because you do have the ability to stop the clock.
It looks like they're going to do a QB draw there with Morrison as he's going to take that and get out of bounds there, which will not be awful for them, but it does stop the clock. Give Arcadia a chance at a punt return and maybe one play if they can get any good return here.
Well, it was a nice little pickup of 5 yards, but you probably wanted to do that on first or second down, not third down, because, yeah, like you said, they got to punt it away. It was a little bit of a wasted drive there. You really needed that opportunity to get some points on the board right before halftime, but now you're giving it right back to Arcadia. But, I mean, you never know what they might do here. We saw a little trickery earlier, though.
If they could get a good return here, it looks like they could have a play at a possible Hail Mary, maybe block the punt, or like we see there, Hunter muffs the punt, and that is just another special teams miscue for Camelback as Arcadia is going to get the ball back with. The clock didn't start there, but it looks like it'll be with around 7-8 seconds left.
Well, you don't really want that. That was another error by the Spartans, and gives Arcadia a good opportunity here.
And to at least get a field goal. Of course, you have Heil, who feels comfortable kicking from long distances, but you can either take one deep shot to the end zone, maybe even a shorter one just for a shorter field goal. But Arcadia has many options here with. Actually, it does depend on the clock situation.
Well, they got 30 yards. They got 3 timeouts. You have plenty of time in terms of time. Yes, you obviously don't have a lot of time, but at the end of the day, you do have those 3 timeouts. So you could try a pass. I wouldn't suggest a run, though. I mean, I would suggest a run only if you're intending to kick a field goal, but you have a golden opportunity here at the 30.
And we've talked a lot these last 2 possessions for Camelback. I mean, you see the onside kick that they get, great special teams play by them, but then 2 mishaps that really just turn the game around.
Yeah, you can't be having those, especially in a close game like this.
As Rooney's going to have Jeremy Smith on the left side, and looks like what could be a 1v1. He could look to him down the field. He is looking at Jeremy Smith, and Jeremy Smith is going to – it's going to be a flag in the end zone.
Yeah, yep, there was contact there for sure. That looked like that was Dontre Gamage who grabbed the back of the jersey, and it looked like it was going to be a little short anyways, but again, we were talking about earlier, Arcadia got hit by this. Just it looks bad. The referee's going to call that every single time. And just gifts being given to Arcadia right now.
In this first half, I mean, these last 5, 8 minutes of real time have just been heartbreaking, heartbreaking, I could say, for the first half for Camelback. But overall, as a whole, Camelback has played Arcadia better than pretty much every single team we've seen so far this year. As it looks like Arcadia is going to get the ball on around the 15-yard line with 10 seconds left. Jeremy Smith again out on the left, 2 receivers out to the right. As he's looking out to the right, fade to the end zone, one of his favorite passes, and that is going to be an incomplete pass with 5 seconds left.
Oh, little too far out of bounds. That was Alba there. That's tough because he had the catch, but he was just too far out of bounds. You got to make sure you know where you are.
With 4 seconds left after 2 shots to the end zone, it looks like that they're going to send out Garrick Heil here for a kick to extend the lead to 13 at the half. And Arcadia's going to call a timeout before this and possibly ice their own kicker. But we have seen Garrick Heil so far this season. He is not easily phased. Should have just said he is unfazed as a kicker, but very makeable kick for him. Don't want to say easy, as no kick is guaranteed in any level of football, but very makeable kick here for Heil.
Yeah, I mean, we know Garrick Heil. It doesn't take much. I don't think he's missed on any field goal attempts so far this year. They just want to talk things out. We never know here. I mean, the ball, I believe, is on the 18-yard line. So 18 yards, 4 seconds. Maybe they just want to make sure that they have everything that they want to do is accounted for right before halftime here. And yeah,
we have seen an extra point or 2 blocked. on Heil so far this season, which is some not so great blocking. So maybe Ray Brown just wanted to make sure he had the right personnel in there to feel good about the block in there, as Heil is going to take the kick, 4 seconds left in the half, as this kick will send us to half. Arcadia with a chance to extend the lead to 13.
Referee just getting in position there, the goal judge. Automatic. Garrick Heil is automatic. That was a good kick there, and that's really reliable. And you can't you take what you get when you get those kind of errors and you get those type of plays, and you got to be really happy to be able to get some points there.
And head into half, Arcadia leading Camelback 29-16. A game that looked a lot closer earlier. Just a lot of miscues on special teams by Camelback, and a lot of penalties that have been killing them so far. But overall, great first half played. Some great plays so far, as there's 1 second left in the half. But overall, on both sides, great half so far by Arcadia. I do want to say on both sides of the ball, they have had some big stops on 4th down, on 4th and shorts, but 16 points in the first half. This is one of the best offenses that Arcadia has faced so far this year, of course, with the trio of Mortensen, Gillis, and Wingfield. It is a tough challenge for Arcadia to face. As Heil is going to come out here with 1 second left with the kickoff, as he may just squib this, not allowing a return for the Spartans. Talking to his team before, maybe a possible onside kick here, but probably nothing too fancy. So here comes Heil with the kick, and he's just going to boot that down the field, and it looks like Camelback will have a play.
Well, that's interesting that he didn't try and just boot it into the ground and kind of let the clock run out on the return, because we know Camelback can be – we know what Camelback can do. We've seen it earlier. We saw that one-play touchdown, and that's all they need. So we'll see what they can do here.
Maybe they're hoping for some kind of turnover, maybe some strip sack or something, but with the risk of taking that opposed to Jalen Gillis being on the outside, it could go either way. But kind of an interesting call there by Ray Brown and Heil to just boot that into the end zone. As Morrison is under center, looks like he will just take a knee and go straight to the half. So just an extended 20 seconds there to give them a play. But going into the half, Arcadia leads Camelback 29-16. Great first half so far, explosive plays, a lot of defensive stops, and some special teams, some interesting special teams on both sides. But Connor, what have you liked so far in this half?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've kind of seen a little bit of everything, you know. If you've seen the movie The Wizard of Oz, it's been miscues, explosive plays, and penalties, oh my. So we've seen a little bit of everything. Arcadia looks like they've just come out on the upper end on a lot of those plays. So both teams will need to come out with a better second half, but it should be a very exciting second half.
And Arcadia's season high is 42, which they had against Coconino last week, but it looks like if the offense keeps looking how they did earlier, they could crush that in this game against a really solid Camelback team from what we've seen so far, with some miscues, but overall not as much of an inferior opponent as the score shows.
Yeah, Camelback's hanging in there. Arcadia can't rest around here. They really got to, get a stop to start the second half, and they really got to put the pedal to the metal, and they got to step on Camelback's throat and get it done.
And thank you for joining us for the first half. We're going to send it to break, and we will see you soon.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at EcoRoofingSolutionsAZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the hashtag Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
All right, everyone, it's time for our top plays from the NFL during Week 2, starting with Broncos and Commanders. Down to their last play, the Broncos need a miraculous Hail Mary touchdown. Russell Wilson airs it out. It's tapped a couple times and caught in the end zone. The miracle did happen, but the Broncos somehow don't convert the two-point conversion. Now we have Seahawks and Lions in Detroit. Geno Smith finding Tyler Lockett for the overtime game-winning touchdown. What a thrilling game once again between the Seahawks and the Lions. We move on to Ravens and Bengals. It's been a tough 2 weeks for the Bengals. The offense has been struggling. They're 0-2, but that doesn't stop Charlie Jones, the punt returner, from housing this all the way to the end zone to put the Bengals on the board in Week 2. What a return. The flag was against the Ravens, so the return counted. Then we have the Jets and Cowboys. The Cowboys absolutely dominated the Jets, but how about the youngster, Garrett Wilson? Wilson to Wilson, Zach to Garrett. Garrett's going to be a star. He takes this all the way to the house for the touchdown. The 49ers look incredible. Christian McCaffrey looks incredible. Look at his burst down the sideline. He had a big-time touchdown run last week in Week 1, and once again in Week 2, McCaffrey doing his thing. Then Patrick Mahomes in an ugly one in Jacksonville. The game-sealing throw to Sky Moore to take it all the way deep into Jacksonville territory. Didn't matter. They got the first down they needed, and they could kneel it from there. Then we have Buccaneers and Bears. It has not looked good for the Bears. Justin Fields throwing it to Shaq Barrett, who has the INT and pushed into the end zone for the pick six. Great defensive play. Titans and Chargers. Ryan Tannehill, little play action, airing it out deep downfield. Chris Moore, the new Tennessee Titan, hauling this in, 49-yard grab. What a big-time throw and catch. And how about the Atlanta Falcons? 2-0, some trickery here. Desmond Ridder, right downfield, all the way downfield. He's got Mac Hollins. Great reception for the big guy. And back we go with the Ravens and Bengals. Now it's time for Lamar and the Ravens to do something on offense, airing it out deep in coverage. How about the rookie Zay Flowers? He looks absolutely incredible. The play was ruled dead, but he made some extra moves after that incredible catch as well, just for the heck of it. Back to Jags and Chiefs. Tough game for the Jags offensively, but not there. Calvin Ridley, an incredible tough catch in traffic. Quiet day for the Jags offense, not quiet there. Brian Robinson spin moves for the Commanders, helping to lead a late second half comeback. Great move, great rush right there. Rookie to rookie here, Texans and Colts. CJ Stroud, the rookie, to Tank Dell, the rookie, his first career touchdown in the NFL. What a week.
Hello everyone, this is Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports. Today we go to the NFL and take a deep dive. Greg Dortch, if you haven't heard of him, is a wide receiver on the Arizona Cardinals. Dortch has yet to play this season and leaves all his talent on the sidelines. The Cardinals are now 0-2 this season after losing a heartbreaking game to the Giants 31-28 this last Sunday. Quarterback Joshua Dobbs threw for 228 yards, 1 touchdown, and he ran for a touchdown as well. James Conner ran for 106 yards and scored a touchdown, while Zach Ertz led all receivers with 6 receptions for 56 yards. Where was Marquise Brown? Where was Rondale Moore? And where was Greg Dortch? They could have used his playmaking ability in the second half, as they only scored 1 touchdown after a great offensive first half. Last season, we saw a glimpse of the talent from Dortch as he had a standout performance, 9 receptions for 103 receiving yards against the best defense in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers. He also recorded a 125-yard game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He finished that season with 52 receptions for 467 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not only was Dortch a force last season, but he also played really well in college. For Wake Forest, he had 1,800 receiving yards and 17 touchdowns in his 2 years with the team. He also was named an All-American as a return specialist after he scored 2 punt return touchdowns. He is an excellent receiver with speed and catching ability, but also excels in the return game. He reminds me of NFL legend Darren Sproles. Now the two played different positions, Sproles playing mostly running back and then Dortch playing wide receiver, but both of them had kick returning games that are worth noting. Sproles played a number of roles for the San Diego Chargers, New Orleans Saints, and Philadelphia Eagles. He holds the NFL record for the most all-purpose yards in a single season in 2011 with 2,696 yards. He has the most career kickoff return yards for the Chargers at 6,469 and most career punt return touchdowns with the Eagles at 4. Being only 5'7", he had the most receiving touchdowns at that height with 32. He was an electric player and sparked the offenses he played for. Drew Brees once said this about Darren Sproles: "You only see a Darren Sproles type player come around once in your career." Dortch, also like Sproles, is also 5'7" and hungry for playing time. With receivers Rondale Moore and Marquise Brown taking the snaps, it is difficult to fit in Greg Dortch. But for him, Arizona is home, as he's been quoted saying, "I love Arizona and I feel that it is the reason my career jump-started." Quarterback Kyler Murray is out until at least week 5 and the offense is dependent on Josh Dobbs, James Conner, and the rest of the crew. With one of the top defenses in the league coming into town this Sunday, they will need more options to put points on the board. The Dallas Cowboys, 2-0, are facing the Arizona Cardinals, 0-2, this Sunday at 1:25 p.m. local time. Dortch can be that playmaking option that the Cardinals are looking for. He can take handoffs, screens, and get open for big plays as he has proved last season. He is also an elite returner, but beating out the other receivers will be tough as they have also proven themselves throughout the years. Greg Dortch, like many other players in the NFL, is trying to make a name for himself, and he really isn't getting any playing time at all with the Cardinals. With the new head coach, Jonathan Gannon, running some new offensive plays, you would think that they would involve such an elite playmaker in this offense. I really do think Greg Dortch has the talent, maybe not as high as Darren Sproles, but he does possess the talent to be a great player in the NFL. It is much tougher to do punt returns as it was when Darren Sproles was playing. It was a lot more common to see those types of returns. Sproles was taking it to the house many times per season. But if Kyler Murray does come back, and now he's saying he will be back sooner than expected, so if he does come back, that should mean more playing time for Greg Dortch. So I think I speak for many fans that are local here and know Greg Dortch. We want to see him on the field. He needs more playing time, and he will make a difference in the game. This will all remain to be seen as the season unfolds. Thank you guys for tuning in, and once again, I'm Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports. Also, make sure you tune in to Varsity Live, the pregame and postgame show that we do here at Varsity Sports. We talk to all our analysts and players of the week on that show, so you definitely want to tune in and get the previews and the postgame recaps. And that has been your week's deep dive. Hope you guys enjoy the second half of these games.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at EcoRoofingSolutionsAZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the #Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
Connor Manning here from Varsity Sports Live. I'm here at Camelback High School. It is halftime here between the Arcadia Titans and the Camelback Spartans. Scores 29-16 right now. It has been an interesting half here at Camelback High School. It's 29-16, but it has really been a story of miscues, explosive plays, but errors as well. Both sides have capitalized on mistakes. Arcadia just took 10 points away from Camelback on various mistakes, such as a muffed punt return, and Camelback capitalized on a fumble, so it's really been back and forth affair. The Arcadia offense has seemingly found its footing in what's been a very rocky game for them. Braylon Rooney has been up and down so far, but he has two explosive touchdown passes to Jeremy Smith and Brady Force. Stay tuned to Varsity Sports Live for what should be an exciting second half.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at EcoRoofingSolutionsAZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the #Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
All right, everyone, it's time for our top plays from the NFL during Week 2, starting with Broncos and Commanders. Down to their last play, the Broncos need a miraculous Hail Mary touchdown. Russell Wilson airs it out. It's tapped a couple times and caught in the end zone. The miracle did happen, but the Broncos somehow don't convert the two-point conversion. Now we have Seahawks and Lions in Detroit. Geno Smith finding Tyler Lockett for the overtime game-winning touchdown. What a thrilling game once again between the Seahawks and the Lions. We move on to Ravens and Bengals. It's been a tough 2 weeks for the Bengals. The offense has been struggling. They're 0-2, but that doesn't stop Charlie Jones, the punt returner, from housing this all the way to the end zone to put the Bengals on the board in Week 2. What a return. The flag was against the Ravens, so the return counted. Then we have the Jets and Cowboys. The Cowboys absolutely dominated the Jets, but how about the youngster, Garrett Wilson? Wilson to Wilson, Zach to Garrett. Garrett's going to be a star. He takes this all the way to the house for the touchdown. The 49ers look incredible. Christian McCaffrey looks incredible. Look at his burst down the sideline. He had a big-time touchdown run last week in Week 1, and once again in Week 2, McCaffrey doing his thing. Then Patrick Mahomes in an ugly one in Jacksonville. The game-sealing throw to Sky Moore to take it all the way deep into Jacksonville territory. Didn't matter. They got the first down they needed, and they could kneel it from there. Then we have Buccaneers and Bears. It has not looked good for the Bears. Justin Fields throwing it to Shaq Barrett, who has the INT and pushed into the end zone for the pick six. Great defensive play. Titans and Chargers. Ryan Tannehill, little play action, airing it out deep downfield. Chris Moore, the new Tennessee Titan, hauling this in, 49-yard grab. What a big time throw and catch. And how about the Atlanta Falcons, 2-0, some trickery here. Desmond Ridder, right downfield, all the way downfield. He's got Mac Hollins, great reception for the big guy. And back we go with the Ravens and Bengals. Now it's time for Lamar and the Ravens to do something on offense, airing it out deep in coverage. How about the rookie Zay Flowers? He looks absolutely incredible. The play was ruled dead, but he made some extra moves after that incredible catch as well, just for the heck of it. Back to Jags and Chiefs. Tough game for the Jags offensively, but not there. Calvin Ridley, an incredible tough catch in traffic. Quiet day for the Jags offense, not quiet there. Brian Robinson, spin moves for the Commanders, helping to lead a late second half comeback. Great move, great rush right there. Rookie to rookie here, Texans and Colts. CJ Stroud, the rookie, to Tank Dell, the rookie, his first career touchdown in the NFL. What a week.
Hello everyone, this is Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports. Today we go to the NFL and take a deep dive. Greg Dortch, if you haven't heard of him, is a wide receiver on the Arizona Cardinals. Dortch has yet to play this season and leaves all his talent on the sidelines. The Cardinals are now 0-2 this season after losing a heartbreaking game to the Giants 31-28 this last Sunday. Quarterback Joshua Dobbs threw for 228 yards, 1 touchdown, and he ran for a touchdown as well. James Conner ran for 106 yards and scored a touchdown, while Zach Ertz led all receivers with 6 receptions for 56 yards. Where was Marquise Brown? Where was Rondale Moore? And where was Greg Dortch? They could have used his playmaking ability in the second half, as they only scored 1 touchdown after a great offensive first half. Last season, we saw a glimpse of the talent from Dortch as he had a standout performance, 9 receptions for 103 receiving yards against the best defense in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers. He also recorded a 125-yard game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He finished that season with 52 receptions for 467 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not only was Dortch a force last season, but he also played really well in college. For Wake Forest, he had 1,800 receiving yards and 17 touchdowns in his 2 years with the team. He also was named an All-American as a return specialist after he scored 2 punt return touchdowns. He is an excellent receiver with speed and catching ability, but also excels in the return game. He reminds me of NFL legend Darren Sproles. Now the two played different positions, Sproles playing mostly running back and then Dortch playing wide receiver, but both of them had kick returning games that are worth noting. Sproles played a number of roles in the league. Coming into town this Sunday, they will need more options to put points on the board. The Dallas Cowboys, 2-0, are facing the Arizona Cardinals, 0-2, this Sunday at 1:25 p.m. local time. Dortch can be that playmaking option that the Cardinals are looking for. He can take handoffs, screens, and get open for big plays as he has proved last season. He is also an elite returner, but beating out the other receivers will be tough as they have also proven themselves throughout the years. Greg Dortch, like many other players in the NFL, is trying to make a name for himself, and he really isn't getting any playing time at all with the Cardinals. With the new head coach, Jonathan Gannon, running some new offensive plays, you would think that they would involve such an elite playmaker in this offense. I really do think Greg Dortch has the talent, maybe not as high as Darren Sproles, but he does possess the talent to be a great player in the NFL. It is much tougher to do punt returns as it was when Darren Sproles was playing. It was a lot more common to see those types of returns. Sproles was taking it to the house many times per season. But if Kyler Murray does come back, and now he's saying he will be back sooner than expected, so if he does come back, that should mean more playing time for Greg Dortch. So I think I speak for many fans that are local here and know Greg Dortch. We want to see him on the field. He needs more playing time, and he will make a difference in the game. This will all remain to be seen as the season unfolds. Thank you guys for tuning in, and once again, I am Kyle Cooper with Varsity Sports. Also, make sure you tune in to Varsity Live, the pregame and postgame show that we do here at Varsity Sports. We talk to all our analysts and players of the week on that show, so you definitely want to tune in and get the previews and the postgame recaps. And that has been your week's deep dive. Hope you guys enjoy the second half of these games.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no-obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at Eco Roofing Solutions AZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the #Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you.
Welcome back to a beautiful night in Phoenix, Arizona. It is only 86 degrees tonight. Feels great. I'm here with my colleague Connor Manning, and Connor, exciting first half so far. Arcadia leads Camelback 29-16 as we're just about a minute away or so from the start of the second half. What have you seen so far in the first half from Arcadia?
Well, Arcadia really struggled in the first quarter. They couldn't really move the ball up the field except for that one 69-yard touchdown throw by Braylon Rooney to Jeremy Smith. Second quarter was a little bit better. They were able to get the ball up a little bit more, but Brady Force was really struggling for a while. He couldn't get the ball moving at all. He had the fumble that led to the Camelback score. So just, it was a lot of up and down. Arcadia looked better. They took advantage of two Camelback turnovers right at the end of the half there. They scored 10 points off of that, so you can't complain too much about that. You obviously always want to, they actually took 11. They went for 2 there. But that's really kind of been it. That's really when their best struggles, that's really where their best offenses come from, is taking advantage of those mistakes. So want to see a little bit more on the ground there. Brady Force did punch it into the end zone, but definitely need a little bit more. They just need a little bit more right now. They're up, but it's not quite enough right now because Camelback, they're always threatening. And, take away those 2 turnovers, it's a 2-point game. So.
And this game was tied at 10 in the second quarter. But, yeah, in that first half, we saw that big play to Gillis to put Camelback up 7-3, and then Jeremy Smith had a huge touchdown reception as he just took it all the way. Big cut on the inside by him there to put them up 10-7. And then after it's tied 10-10, we saw that Forrest taking that screen pass for 70 yards, and then we saw him in the Wildcat convert on the 2-point conversion. We saw a fake field goal touchdown pass by Camelback. They were a 2-point conversion away from tying it. They decided to kick it, and it was not made. And then 29-16, of course, at the half, we saw Forrest on the first play of that drive after the muff punt. We saw Forrest take it for 19 yards and then another 2-point conversion there after a penalty to make it 29-16. But, yeah, the story of the game for Camelback, they've had allowing some big defensive plays. The penalties have been killing them. Of course, there's 2 extra points, or the 2 added points on this 2-point conversions from the penalties, and then just the special teams miscues have really been killing them. But exciting first half so far, and we're excited to see a good second half here as Arcadia is kicking off to Camelback here.
Yeah, you summed up the first quarter. You summed up the first half there perfectly.
As here's the kick, and Heil boots another one through the back of the end zone, as it will be a touchback, and Mortensen will come out with the ball down by 13 to start off the second half.
Well, I'm interested to see how they're going to respond here. Obviously, it was a gut-wrenching way to end that half, and quite honestly, you really need something here. We're kind of getting into that territory where Arcadia is very comfortable with. If they can get a stop here, they can really try and rip this game away from their opponent. And Camelback's done a good job of responding, but they just need a touchdown here. Arcadia's looked like they really started to find their footing here on offense, so they really can't afford not taking 7 points away here.
And we've seen some explosive plays from Camelback, from both teams, of course, but we'll see what Coach McNutt and Mortensen have come out for the second half.
Well, we've seen them pull out the stops quite a few times this first half, so I'm not doubting the fact that they might do it again. We saw everything from fourth down conversions to fake field goals. So we'll be in for some trickery for sure.
As here's Mortensen here in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, and a running back in the backfield. As it's gonna be just a quick pass to, it looks like Kyron Arrington, if that is correct. Yes, that is Arrington, the 6'2 senior, 175, and he has been one of those receivers on this team that kind of in the shadows, of course, with Gillis and Wingfield. There is Arrington and a few other guys who are kind of behind the scenes, but of course are still making plays for this offense.
Yeah, he probably wanted to go the other way there. Yeah, he tried to go around. It didn't work out. He probably could have had a few more yards there. But, I mean, yeah, we talk about how there's a lot of weapons on both teams, and passing the ball can be really strong. So, you know.
Here's Mortensen dropping back. He's going to take a deep shot down the field, and that is going to be caught by Sean Pereira, the running back. So big big second down play for them, and a great pass by Mortensen, dropping that into the running back's hands.
Well, and it looks like it's going to be on Arcadia too, so it won't really matter. But that was a great throw by Mortensen to Pereira, and I mean, actually, it might be on Camelback here. We'll have to see, because it looked like one of the officials.
And it's me holding on Arcadia, it looks like. And that penalty will be declined. But yeah, huge play for Mortensen and the offense to start off the second half to move them into Arcadia's side of the field.
Well, it's a good confidence booster for sure. Obviously, we've seen Pereira playing receiver now. He's one of the running backs we were talking about earlier. So Camelback kind of changing it up here.
And at 5'10", 180, the senior has some size, not huge, but he's able to play on the outside there.
We did a good job getting around the defender and keeping his eye on the ball, staying in bounds. We saw obviously a touchdown taken away in the second quarter because Arcadia receiver wasn't in bounds. So it's important to make sure that you know where you are on the field.
And it looks like that's going to be a handoff there to Mafu as he's going to take that outside to the left.
That was a good gain there, just picking up some yards, making it a little bit easier on second down.
Excuse me, that might have been Marquise Jones. Yeah, solid gain there for the Spartans offense as they were able to move this ball to start the second half.
Well, we've seen this a few times now for Camelback. Kind of getting down the field, picking up momentum, and then it kind of just getting stopped short. Obviously getting stopped on fourth down, the field goals. So they really need to capitalize here.
Morrison's going to have 4 receivers out wide here as he's going to drop back, look deep down the field, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Well defended, but there is a flag, it looks like.
That's an interesting call there. I personally thought it was pretty good defense by Arcadia, but he did have his back turned, not towards the ball, so.
It looks like he had his hands up there, but I guess as indicated a pass interference on Arcadia, that would be another big penalty. And Camelback's going to have solid field position here on a first down just before a minute has gone by in the half.
Well, it's kind of one of those things where you don't really kind of just hurting yourself there. So
Camelback is huddling up about 20 yards back. Kind of interesting sight to see there.
Yeah, I don't think they had moved up with the ball following the penalty.
It's Mortensen in the shotgun with 4 receivers out wide again. Good rush coming, and Mortensen's going to turn that into a play. So he's going to take that to the left and get taken down out of bounds. But a solid play there by Mortensen as he's able to turn a possible sack into a gain.
Well, that was a good tackle there by Camden Coyne. that good open field tackle, making sure Mortensen wouldn't go any further. But another good play by Mortensen to feel the pressure coming and to stay composed and just get up the field, take the positive yardage, and make it a little bit more manageable on second down.
And we've seen Mortensen use his legs a little bit, not so much design running plays or big running plays, but he's able to drop back in the pocket, see that he's known open, and then turn it into a solid gain for himself.
Well, we see that a lot with Rooney. Rooney hasn't been able to do it much tonight, but it's important as a quarterback to be able to move as well. If you're only able to throw the ball.
Provide a courtesy, no obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at EcoRoofingSolutionsAZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the #EcoFamily today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Goldie from the Varsity Sports Show. I love sports and fell in love with sports broadcasting back in high school. I can't wait to bring you my unique perspective because I am on the autism spectrum and sometimes I view things a little differently.
As we're here, just under 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and it's going to be a pitch out to the left. Not much of a gain there as a solid stop by the Arcadia defense.
Good job there by Pruitt, John Coulter, and another Arcadia man getting to the ball carrier, not letting him go farther. Good response there after the last play, which saw Nathan Wingfield. He was wide open there. I don't know. I was just about to say before we went to the break, I don't know where exactly the defenders lost him, but he was wide open. Unfortunately, he went down. We hope he's okay. We hope whatever happens to him is a quick recovery, but that's also a big loss for the Camelback receiving.
And with Mortensen in the shotgun, he's going to hand that off. And excuse me, he's going to take that back, and it looks like there's a flag after a pit.
That one's going back.
And possibly another flag. And
well,
there's another flag, very late hit, and really not smart of a play at all. That was about 3 yards out of bounds. Play way over.
Well, and that play was going backwards, too, because there was a very obvious hold there on the Camelback receiver who wouldn't allow Drew Smith to get to the ball carrier, but that push out of bounds was just unnecessary, and, well, he's going to hear it from Ray Brown and the coaching staff. But Kyrie Arrington able, once again, kind of that same area catching as Wingfield. It was wide open. That's kind of burning the Titans, so.
And, of course, with that hold in there paired with the personal foul, that's going to be offset and penalties. But, I mean, he probably saw the flag come up, and, I mean, it wasn't even just a late push. They were out of bounds, and he kind of just threw him down. So, really just not the smartest play at all there.
No,
and
like you said, it offset it, so it's not like they were going backwards. So, once again, they find themselves deep in Arcadia territory. So, that's unfortunate for the Titans because they could have gotten a break there, but it's going to be a little costly and a little lucky on Camelback because they kind of, all in all, got away with one there, especially on the hold.
It looks like it'll be a 2nd and 8 as Mortensen and the offense are in the huddle, but yeah, just over 3 minutes into this third quarter. I mean, the Spartans offense has been able to move the ball down this field pretty well. Penalties have been helping them out a little bit, of course, but Mortensen has not been afraid to keep throwing it down the field.
Well, we knew he was going to be a big passer, and he's had some success. Obviously, there's a couple of throws that he wants back. But overall, he's been solid.
Mortensen takes the shotgun swing pass out to the right, spin move, as there's a flag in the backfield, kind of a late flag way after the throw. But solid swing pass there as Mortensen's able to get that ball out and get down near the goal line. But we'll have to wait and see what that flag is.
Well, that was Murray Crump with the catch there, and that's the third time now that I've seen just a wide open Camelback receiver. I don't know why. I don't know where the Titans are losing these receivers, but it looks like they kind of got away with one there on the penalty for Camelback.
It looks like that will be holding on the Spartans there. And just yet again another penalty there. Just almost like killing the Spartans' chances because they're still very much in this game, very much in this drive. But penalties that have just been stacking up and kind of killing their drives.
Well, they need to calm down, be a little bit more disciplined here to finish off this drive because they have a big opportunity here to get some points. I was talking about just before they started this drive, they can't really afford to kick a field goal at this stage in the game. They really need a touchdown right now, down by essentially 2 scores. So it's important for Camelback to remain disciplined and figure out what they need to do to get into the end zone.
Mortensen takes the shotgun snap. He rolls out to the left, going out to the right now, kind of avoiding a big sack, and he's able to turn that into a play just short of the end zone. But great play there by Mortensen. Looked like that was actually a play that was definitely going to be a sack. And Mortensen is still able to just kind of scramble around and go to his left, go to his right, and just get that pass off.
Well, it was a good play. It was good composure by Mortensen to be able to stay with it, create something out of nothing. It was a good look there. Good pressure by the Arcadia front. They've been getting to Mortensen really all night, and they just couldn't quite get the sack there, and that's really on the Arcadia secondary to make sure that they still are staying on their receivers, not letting them get open and letting Mortensen find an opportunity to create something out of nothing like he did there.
On this 3rd and goal from about the 4-yard line, Mortensen in the shotgun, 3 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. It's going to be a handoff, and Arcadia's front 7 is just there, right to stop it with a possible fumble coming out late. Waiting for the ref signal, but looks like that ball came out late, and still waiting to see the call there. But what a great stop by that Arcadia front 7, not even allowing the back to go anywhere there.
Well, Camelback can consider themselves very, very lucky because it was, like you said, it was late. It was kind of towards the end of the play. A hit right at the end there. The ball was out. Camelback luckily was able to recover it and try their opportunity here for points because that could have been disastrous.
As Ezekiel Delgado comes out for the kick to make this a 9-point game. The kick is up kind of low, and it will be good. So Camelback is able to get out of that with the field goal. Arcadia leads 29-19, but just what a killer 3rd down play for Camelback, trying to turn this into a 1-score game, and the run goes absolutely nowhere. Of course, again, props to the Arcadia front 7 for just stopping them right away, but huge play that could really swing this game and keep it from being a 1-score game right now.
Well, that's the 2nd time now Arcadia has come up very big in their own red zone, getting the stop, forcing Camelback to settle for points, and that's really going to be the difference in this game, especially because it's kind of been an all-over-the-place type game. That's our theme for tonight, and Arcadia has bent but has not broken. And if you're Ray Brown, you're really proud of the team for their response and to all the different situations that they've been put in so far this game, and you can't help but be proud. Still being up 10 with giving Arcadia an opportunity to extend that lead.
And there has been a lot of short kicks tonight on the kickoff from Ezekiel Delgado. So, as you can see, the returners for Arcadia, the most shallow one is around the 20-yard line. So they're just not expecting a deep kick at all here after the past few.
No, we've seen plenty of times tonight. They like to kick it short, keep it away from the deep threatening receivers that Arcadia has back there.
And that is a very short kick. Fair caught around the 30-yard line. But
Yeah,
it looks like Drew Smith.
Drew Smith probably definitely Drew Smith probably wanted a fair catch that one, considering how, unpredictable these kickoffs have been so far this game. So, I mean, if you're Arcadia, I don't know why you're not putting your deep receivers in that slot. If you know that they're going to kick it there, might as well put your guys that you want to return the kicks back there so that they can have a chance to get some more yardage. I mean, starting at the 30 is never a bad thing, but it's just another opportunity to,
And that kick went shorter than most of them. A lot of them were going to even just about the 15-20, but that one did go a lot shorter. And solid, not amazing, but solid positioning for Arcadia on the 30-yard line with just under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. As Rooney drops back, throws it down the middle, and it's going to be dropped by Carter Pruitt.
Oh, he wanted that one. Carter Pruitt definitely wanted that one. That was in his hands. Braylon Rooney, it was a little bit of a far throw, but he was able, like I said, he was able to get his hands on it. So definitely is going to want that one back. And, second down here.
Like you said, Carter Pruitt, unhappy he missed that catch. I mean, he's just such a playmaker on both sides of the ball. Standing out more on defense than the offense, but we have seen him make a lot of plays on offense this year. As Rooney's here in the shotgun with two receivers out on each side in the empty backfield. He's going to look to the left for a quick pass.
That's another drop by the Arcadia receivers that they won. This time it was Ethan Slater, the other, tight end that they have. So those are back-to-back plays that you really want, because those are some yards there that you really need in this type of, when this type of game happens, and they're hard to come by, especially when you haven't really had a lot of success on the ground. So just capitalizing on the opportunities when you can.
It's going to be a big 3rd and 10 here for Arcadia. Rooney in the shotgun, two receivers out to the left, two out to the right as well, and Force in the backfield. Rooney's going to drop back, look to the right, look out to the left. He's going to toss it deep down the field and just overthrown to Carter Pruitt. But yeah, these last two games, I mean, these deep passes, Rooney's been taking a lot of and kind of overthrowing them a little bit. The coverage has been great as well by the secondary in both games, but Rooney taking these deep shots down the field, overthrowing his receiver just a little bit.
Well, it's costly, and I mean, there are times when it doesn't matter as much because Brady Force can pick up the slack, but he hasn't really been able to do that too. So, Arcadia is really being tested, and that's just a throw that Rooney definitely wants back. It was right there in the area, but just a little too far for Pruitt. So, back to the drawing board, a high punt there.
High snap and a bad punt that drops just around the 50-yard line, maybe more on the Arcadia side of the field. But
well, that was a bad snap. That's not really on Heil. He was lucky to really get that off. But it's really just being on top of everything. It's not you can't have those mistakes because you put Camelback in a great field position north of the 50-yard line, which you always will take. But Rocco Mortensen and crew, they need something now. They kind of got away with one, taking points and getting that ball back quickly.
And McNutt has to be ecstatic with that stop on defense there. Of course, always a tall task stopping that offense led by Rooney and Force. But like you said, Force so far, not much going so far for him. Rooney's been passing the ball a lot more as Force has been stopped a lot. It's just Mortensen in the shotgun looking down the field. And it's going to be caught. And a big hit coming in a little late, but not too late.
Well, yeah, just what you were talking about. Getting that stop, it was very critical for Camelback. It puts them in a good position to stay in this game. Nice pass there to Arrington, who's really become kind of that primary target for Mortensen the last few plays. Catching the ball when he's needed to, getting the yards, and putting the team in a position to be able to have short yardage to get that first down and keep the drive going.
They're on 2nd and 5 here. We're going to have Mortensen in the shotgun again, handing it off. And it's going to be a solid
Oh, big hit. My goodness.
Solid hit big hit, like you said, on Matthew there after that run. But
well, that was a good response. Getting them, forcing them backwards there, making sure that they'll have 3rd and long to go. That was a good hit there. I think that might have been John Coulter, too. Arcadia's defense has had a few of those this year, just a booming hits. And obviously that's something that you're really going to look forward to because it fires up the defense and motivates them to get the offense off the field here.
And again, it's going to be a 3rd down for the offense. Mortensen dropping back in the shotgun, tossing up after a big hit on him. And it's going to be intercepted. That ball is going to be intercepted by Logan Connolly.
Well, that was a massive hit by the Arcadia Titans on Mortensen, forcing that high throw and just getting down under the ball to get the interception, making no doubt about it. And that was just a big hit. And this Arcadia front has had a field day getting to Rocco so far this game.
And it looks like Mortensen was looking deep on that play, but of course the hit, not having a lot of help there from the O-line at all on that play. But the huge hit to force the bad pass. I mean, I wouldn't even say bad pass, just unfortunate.
It wasn't what he was intending because he got hit. That hit completely changed the trajectory of the throw. It forced it high in the air, easy for Connolly to get under it, and big swing. This has really been a defensive-dominated half so far.
It's going to be the handoff to Forrest. He's going to get up the middle.
Goodbye.
And there's Forrest.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Forrest. He's taking it all the way, and that's going to be a huge touchdown for Arcadia and Brady Forrest as he's been waiting for a while to break out this game, and he gets that right there.
Yeah, he needed that one for sure. He's really been contained much of this game, and to really be able to break out like that and to get that big touchdown run to really kind of separate these teams so far was massive, and he just exploded right up the middle. That is his forte, explosive right through the defense. And yeah, he's really got to be feeling happy about that. He's on the sidelines right now. He's fired up. The entire Arcadia Titans team is fired up, and that is exactly what they needed.
And I would love to know Forrest 40 speed. I mean, it has to be absolutely amazing for a guy his age. And with the kick, Heil is no good. Looks like I believe he missed that right. And this game will stay at 35-19, which does keep it a 2-score game, so that could be big.
That was interesting. That is an extremely rare miss by Heil. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, with the Arcadia offense, that's the second drive they've had tonight with a first play touchdown, maybe even third if I'm correct. The Jeremy Smith long play might have been on the first play. If so, then that makes it the third drive for them with a first play touchdown, one in the second quarter. We saw Forrest take that out to the right for 19 yards for the touchdown, and then that big one there about 75 yards.
I think their touchdown drives this game, they've scored 4 times in the end zone. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's been 5 combined plays. I think that 167-yard touchdown pass to Forrest, I think that was also like the first or second play. So that has really been the difference maker this game. So, I mean, if you're Camelback, you almost think to yourself, what is it? Because you're doing a good job of really not allowing much. But 4 big plays really put them behind the 8 ball here.
And of course, with Forrest, who did have that touchdown run in the second quarter, about 20 yards, still has been waiting for, I don't want to say the big play after that one, but waiting for the bigger play for him to break out, and he got it. As the kickoff is going to be returned, kind of turned around there. He's going to take that out to the right. He's going to take that a little far, and he's going to be past the 30, past the 40. A solid return there.
Very good return there, Piera. Able to turn the course, go the other direction, find a little opening, and I mean, he went from potentially being tackled inside the 20 to starting at the 40. So very good job by Sean Pereira to put that offense in a good starting field position. I mean, they've had 2 drives that they really should have capitalized on and didn't. So this is desperation mode time now. You're down 2 scores, less than 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. You need something right now.
And you'll definitely want to look for them to go for 2 if they do score here, just to keep it a 1-score game, or to make it a 1-score game, should I say. However, that was really the first kick that we've seen returned, if I'm correct, that we've seen returned from Camelback this game, as Hal's just been booted into the back of the end zone. So a missed extra point to the right, and then a kick that was returned, kind of unlike Kyle, that we have yet to see so far this game.
Yeah, it hasn't been too detrimental, but definitely unusual. So, you know, obviously nothing really to be too concerned about if you're Arcadia, but this defense has played lights out so far, except for those 2 explosive plays. Expect them to keep it up here because they're fired up after that last. Oh, no.
And Morrison's going to fall in that ball after a mishandled snap, possibly a low snap that we saw there, but
I don't know if he was ready for the snap or what, but I did see a flag. I wonder if they'll maybe tag for a late hit. I can't imagine that. The ball was still loose.
if it was a late hit, I mean, we saw Morrison drop down on the ball, and I thought he secured it, but maybe if not, then that could have been a late hit there.
It was a holding. It didn't matter. He fumbled. It didn't go anywhere anyway, so obviously, you know, good. It didn't really make much of a difference, but, you know, just another miscue by this Camelback offense, you know.
And
they can't really afford that right now.
And after that interception on the last drive, where they did have solid field position, they're definitely going to want to get something here. But after about a 12-yard loss on that first down, a tall task for Morrison and the offense here.
Well, I think that they should probably go deep here, try and get something.
As Morrison's going to take that up to the right on a solid run where he's going to gain a few yards.
It was a good job getting something out of nothing, but really good job by Arcadia keeping them contained, not allowing him to really get up the field. And they still got a long way to go here.
And other than a few big plays for the Camelback offense, this Titans defense has really been limiting a lot of that since that first quarter. I mean, 19 points. They have done better this year points-wise. However, the front sevens look great. Their secondary has looked really good, pretty much besides some plays in the first quarter. But Morrison has had time on a lot of these plays where he is able to scan the field, and this Arcadia defense, especially the secondary, has really been on their guys.
Yeah, the Arcadia defense has been really strong here in the last, I'd say, 12, 13 minutes of game time. Really doing a good job of not allowing Camelback to get up really anything.
And it's going to be a timeout for Camelback so that they can rediscuss this 3rd and 15. But yeah, if you're Camelback and Mortensen and Coach McNutt, I mean, you're going to look for a pass down the field, of course. Probably nothing too big unless if you're looking more deep to Gillis, but even just a slant pass down the field, kind of a longer slant, maybe 10, 12 yards, and kind of just let them get some yards after the catch there to get a first down is what I hope to expect, or not hope to, but is what I do expect from this offense here.
Well, at 3rd and 15, you're more likely than not going to throw the ball. You're absolutely right about that. But this is where you look for your big guys, Jalen Gillis, Nathan Wingfield. I don't know if he's still on the field. He might still be getting looked after. But if he is out there, they need those guys to step up and make a play. They need to stay on the field. They need to make sure that they get points here right before the end of the quarter. Then they need to stop. They need to hold Arcadia's offense, and which they've really been able to do. And so the defense is trying all they can. They can only do so much when the offense has been struggling. So they need their big guys to step up here.
As the offense comes out back onto the field after the timeout, 3rd and 15 for Camelback. Huge play for them to stay in this game with just above 3:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Morrison takes the snap. And it's going to be a fake handoff and a reverse taken outside. And a big hit. A big hit there and a late flag. And a late flag there, which could be on the hit, but it did seem like a little bit late of a hit there, but it's a possible helmet to helmet.
Well, I think that might have been, it was number 55. We don't have him on our roster. Thought it was either him or Kari Beeler that made just a big hit on the play, but I don't know if it was maybe helmet contact. I'm not 100% sure, but this could be a saving grace for Camelback.
Looks like that will be a personal foul. Do not see the rest of the details, but a personal foul on that hit there. And it's going to be a big first down. I mean, a hard hit there, but kind of a little bit undisciplined. No reason to do that there. And just gift a first down when you would be getting the ball back up 16. But
Yeah, that's costly for sure. And I think that was on Kari Beeler, which is very unfortunate for the young man. Just trying to make a play there, a little bit high of a hit. I believe they did call targeting, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and short, so it wasn't an automatic first down, I guess. But this obviously puts them in a much better position to make a play and get that first down and keep the drive going, which they really need.
And after that stop on the goal line, Winston's going to drop back, and it's going to be sacked. A big sack there by Arcadia, and that will be James McCormack on the sack. 3rd and 1, I mean, these 3rd and short plays for Camelback where, I mean, the runs up the middle really haven't been stopped by this Arcadia front 7, but the 3rd and goal from about the 2, losing yards, where they weren't able to get anything on the run, and then 3rd and 1 here at midfield. I feel like a run up the middle there could have been a lot safer, even with how Arcadia's front 7 has been playing.
Yeah, that was a good play by Carter Pruitt. He was untouched. I don't know what has been the issue this game for the pass protection of Camelback, but they have just been letting Titans into the backfield all game. Carter Pruitt got there, and he did what he needed to do. He was there, made the play, and it's 3rd and very long now. Which I think I thought they maybe moved the chains up after the penalty, but it looks like they changed it now. I think they're trying to honestly figure out if it's 4th down, which, I mean, it should be after that loss of 9 there on the sack. But Arcadia's defense has been very, very good this game. You know, obviously you have the asterisk. You have to take away the big plays. But it's really, that's it, just the 2 big plays. They've been really solid outside of that.
Like you said, other than those 2, really solid defensive outings so far from the Titans. And Ray Brown has to be, we talk about Ray Brown being happy. Ray Brown is not easily happy with the way that he wants his team to just keep working and not be satisfied, should I say. However, he has to be satisfied with how this front 7 has been playing since the first quarter pretty much, as looks like they're getting ready for a punt with the late change on the returner. That's going to be a fair catch called by Nick Gentner, and there's going to be a flag on the hit. Another just kind of undisciplined late hit there, with the fair catch being somewhat obvious.
Well, that wasn't smart. He made it pretty obvious that he had called the fair catch, and he went for the hit anyway. That's just not smart football. Gotta be a little bit more aware than that, and that's going to hurt.
And with that penalty, that's going to move Arcadia's starting position up to around the 40-45-yard line. We'll see in a sec. But great field position for Arcadia to start off this drive. 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And up by 16. I mean, you pretty much just need, I don't want to say the dagger, but a score here could essentially end the game with still a whole quarter left to put them up by 3 scores.
Well, and I think now we're kind of getting to that point where we've seen with Arcadia in the past where we call it, you know, containment mode, right? Just kind of getting the yards, moving the ball up the field, running, draining that clock down. That was a nice tackle there by Mafu. We were talking about him being a solid player on both sides of the ball. Oh, I'm sorry. That was number 40. Yeah, that was Siopi Pulu, who's made 3 really big plays on that defensive end. At just getting to Forrest and kind of going back to where we had seen him struggle to get out of the backfield most of that first half.
And he's been one of the leading tacklers on this team with just around 8 tackles a game, 5 tackles per loss in the season before entering this game, and he's just been a force on that defense, and big stop there. That's going to be 2nd and 13. Rooney kind of mishandles the snap and rolls up to the left and kind of just throws it into nowhere. Looks like it might have been some busted routes there. but a big 3rd and 13 for this offense.
Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of a broken play from the start. Yeah, he kind of just really threw it away there.
You know, it kind of looked like he mishandled the snap there, trying to roll it to the left and didn't see anything, so just throwing it away right away before he can get sacked or get some more pressure on him.
Well, it was a safe play. It wasn't necessarily the worst thing to do, but obviously you want to capitalize on every play you can, especially now that it's 3rd down.
And a 3rd and 13 with Rooney in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right, and Forrest in the backfield. As Rooney's going to look to his right, and he's going to dump that off on a screen pass to Brady Forrest.
Looks like he got enough there. Another good play by Forrest. He's kind of, you know, Oh, sorry. Yes, I did not see how far back they really were.
After that play, about a gain of 6, that's going to be 4th and 7, and it looks like the offense will be going for it, maybe to draw the Camelback defense off sides. But 3 receivers out to the left, Jeremy Smith on our side, and Forrest in the backfield. Rooney backing up a little bit. And Rooney's going to do a nice little pooch punt by himself as Jeremy Smith is turning to try and find that ball, and it bounces right off of him around the 17-yard line. But I didn't say it earlier, but when I did see him backing up, I was thinking this could be a pooch punt with how far in the backfield Rooney was. But solid call there, down in the ball inside the 20. Jeremy Smith kind of swiveling his head trying to find that ball in the bounce, and it hits him. And it's going to be a Camelback ball on around the 18-yard line.
Yeah, well, good job there by Rooney to kind of get the ball deep into Camelback territory, force them to go down the field. And, I mean, you know what Arcadia's defense has brought to this game. They have been the stars of this game, and it's been really critical that they continue to be really strong and not allow much.
And with 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, this drive is going to be huge, of course, for the Spartans, looking to turn this into a 1-score game. Still being down by only 2 scores after that missed extra point by Arcadia. So he's going to drop back, look to his right, kind of dump it off. And that's going to be a solid gain there after what looks like could have been a sack by Mafu on the catch. It looks like that's going to be James McCormack on the tackle there. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, that's going to be an Arcadia lead over Camelback, 35-19, and we will be right back with you soon.
Hello everyone, my name is Connor Manning and I'm thrilled to be a part of the varsity sports team this fall. I look forward to build off my own commentating I did in high school, calling some great moments throughout the season, and gain lots of valuable experience for the future. Catch you guys at the games!
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
And welcome back to the start of the 4th quarter here. As mentioned before, 35-19, Arcadia leads by 16 over Camelback. And big drive here for the offense looking to make it, for the Camelback offense, should I say, looking to make it a 1-score game at the beginning of the quarter.
Yeah, well, they really need something. It seems like we kind of keep saying this every drive, but they keep getting chance after chance after chance, and eventually they're going to run out of them. So they need a big play here, and
it looks like that Morrison is going to overthrow a long slant down the middle of the field. It looks like Sean Pereira, was the target on the fly.
Yeah, no, they were, it was a good look, but just right through the hands of Pereira.
With a big 3rd and 7 here for the Spartans offense, they're going to be looking just to move the chains here, of course, on this drive, just to keep the ball in their hands and keep this a 2-score game for now. As Mortensen's in the shotgun, and it's going to be a slant pass down the middle of the field, incomplete. Looks like the target there was Kyron Arrington, the senior 6'2 receiver. It's going to be a 4th and 7 for Camelback. What do you do here? I mean, looks like the punting team's coming out, probably a smart decision, but bad field position. You're going to give it to Arcadia with solid field position. As the Camelback student section is doing a never back down, never give up chant, giving back the ball to Arcadia. They really do need to stop here on Arcadia to get anything going.
Yeah, they're trying to keep them in this game, but their defense has just been rock solid.
And a much better punt there that's going over the head of the returner. Good bounce, and it's going to bounce all the way back to about the 20-yard line. So
learning from the Camelback mistakes.
We've had some punt returners tonight kind of underestimate the punter's ability.
Yeah, that was a good punt there. That was really booted by Delgado.
And with 2 Titans rushing them there, Delgado was able to get that off and really just flip the field on a ball that Arcadia could have had to start the possession on about the 40 or 50-yard line, but it's going to be back at the 20. So that's huge for leading to the Camelback defense.
Yeah, well, once again, back in containment mode for Arcadia, up 16 here in the 4th quarter. Just run out that clock. Keep the clock moving. You know, Braylon Rooney doesn't really need to pass much anymore. You know.
And there still is a lot of time left, but like you said, they are going to look to run the clock. Not fully, of course, but they're going to look to feed force here a lot more on this drive as the offense is coming off the field with a possible timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they want to talk it over a little bit more.
This game is still very much far from over. I mean, 16 points, of course, 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions. Still a 2-score game where anything could happen. We've seen a lot of miscues from both sides, a lot of explosive plays, and some turnovers all around. So some rare turnovers, of course, from Arcadia as well, or turnover we saw with the forced fumble. But this team doesn't turn over that much at all, really. I mean, we saw the 1 interception of the year that Arcadia has thrown. Of course, that was, with Braylon Rooney in that game at Walden Grove, where kind of put Walden Grove in the game still, where, of course, Arcadia cut the stop, came out to win. But, as I was saying, I mean, this Arcadia team just does not turn over that much often. They take care of the ball pretty well.
No, they do what they need to do, and, you know, it's very interesting how, you know, with what we've watched, right? We've seen a lot of mistakes, a lot of miscues, a lot of just, you know, unsuccess to moving the ball up the field. They still have 35 points. Like, they still are getting the ball in the end zone. They're still, you know, getting points. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. You know, you can say what you want about, you know, a performance or, you know, what you needed to do. But, you know, I don't know what's going on here.
As the offense is coming off the field again for Arcadia, and the same with Camelback's defense. So we're waiting to see what is going on here. And we're going to go to break with 11:42 left in the 4th quarter.
Hello, my name is Ella Walter-Sanchez, and I'm so excited to be a fall 2023 Varsity Sports intern. I'm currently a senior at Arcadia High School and host the morning news. My dream is to be a sideline reporter for an MLB team. I'll be hosting the Scottsdale Sports Report. See you then.
Hey everyone, I'm Bobby Murphy, and I'm a senior in the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. I've been a digital reporter and photographer in the past, and I'm excited to join Varsity Sports Show as a play-by-play announcer and color commentator.
As there's some problems with the chains there, the offense is back on the field. Rooney's going to fake a handoff and roll out to the right and throw it out of bounds a little bit past. I believe that is Jeremy Smith on the far side of the field. But Arcadia throwing the ball here. I mean, no reason to run up the clock really, but getting into the fourth quarter, so much time left. Just looking to move the chains here, as we can see from Rooney looking to move the ball more down the field. But, I mean, for this defense, for the Spartans, they're definitely going to be looking for a stop here, of course, and just get that ball back before it's too late.
Also, decent look to Jeremy Smith on the outside, just a little too far out for him to reach. And, yeah, like you said, second down here.
There's Rooney in the shotgun, and he's going to give a pitch out to the right to Forrest, who's kind of juke a little bit and not get much anything there. Just getting back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like. It's going to be a big third down for the Arcadia offense to try and keep this ball out of Camelback's hands.
Well, just take your time, use up the whole 40 seconds, and, you know, try and get that first down here to keep the offense on the field.
And I'd expect to see this kind of same play as we saw on first down. Rooney just kind of PA bootleg and just roll out to the right and try and find Jeremy Smith or some receiver coming down the middle or far side from us of the field. As Rooney drops back, delivers it down the field, and it is intercepted. Not the best thrown ball by Braylon Rooney there, but that ball is intercepted by, it looks like, Luis Suarez, pardon me.
It was a look for, I believe he was looking for Carter Pruitt there, just not where it needed to be. Suarez right there, able to get a hand on it, not drop the ball, able to get the pick, and it's kind of been just one of those games where you know, don't really have an answer for everything. It's been weird. But yeah, once again, Camelback, they're in a decent field position. You know, they have yet another opportunity to get some points on the board, and yeah, a rare mistake there by Braylon Rooney.
Like we were saying, Rooney only his second pick of the year right there, and both of his picks have been giving the defense the ball pretty much on the 30, inside the 40, on the other side of the field. Mortensen's going to take a deep look to the end zone, and it looks like that is going to be picked off by, I believe, Carter Pruitt. Back-to-back interceptions, and Arcadia takes that ball and takes it right back. Excuse me there again. That looks like that might have been Logan Connolly on the interception. And, I mean, Arcadia's going to get that ball right back. And for this Arcadia defense, I mean, that's Connolly with 2 interceptions on the game there. And he's the guy on this defense who's kind of not talked about as much, of course, with the other guys, with Carter Pruitt, John Coulter, McCormack, and some of the other guys. But Connolly has been a really solid piece in the secondary. As Rooney's going to take the ball himself. Kind of a read option from their own 5-yard line, so not the best field position here for Arcadia. And we're going to go to break with 10:25 left in the fourth quarter. Pardon me for that. We are still on the field, just around 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And, I mean, for this Arcadia offense, kind of backed up almost in their own end zone. They're going to look to move this ball down the field and kind of just waste some time, move the chains a little bit. As Rooney drops back and just delivers a low throw to Alex Alba, his intended receiver, on the near side of the field. And after a few negative or, I mean, just net zero plays, it's going to be a big third down, 3rd and 12 for the Arcadia offense, which these last few drives haven't really been able to get anything going offensively.
Well, and, like we were talking about, it's really been a struggle for this team. They have 4 touchdowns, but at the same time, it's really been it's so many highs and lows in this game where it seems like they can't get anything. At the same time, then they're just, bursting down the field for 80 yards. So
it looks like we're going to have a 1v1 on the far side of the field. Kind of a missed snap as Rooney's going to get that ball and turn it into not much of a play there. It looked like he was going to either take that ball or throw it on the far side of the field, but either a miscommunication or a poor snap there between the center and Rooney, but it's going to be another 4th down, and Kyle's going to be punching from his own end zone.
Yeah, he'll have to be a little bit careful there. Just make sure that he gets the ball off quickly. Camelback won't have very far to go to get to him, so.
If you're a Camelback, you can get not even just a quick score here, but just around 9 minutes left to score here. Of course, you'll have to get the 2-point conversion to make it a 1-score game, but their defense has been looking solid on Arcadia here with a somewhat high snap. Looks like he might have stepped into the back of the end zone, and it's going to be a safety for Camelback.
That's another mistake for Arcadia on the punt. Another not great snap to Garrett Kyle. He had to jump up and get that, and unfortunately, we literally just talked about how close he was to the back of the end zone. Didn't have a lot of space to kind of, work with. So that high punt there, and, he unfortunately landed in the back of the end zone and kind of just gave Camelback a couple of free points there.
And on those plays, kind of just punting it from your own end zone, it's always a tough snap to get there, but looks like a high snap there that kind of took Kyle out of bounds, of course leading to the safety there, but Arcadia leads 35-21, 9:09 left in the game, and Camelback's going to get this ball back. And if their offense is able to get going, which has really been the problem for them in the second half, their defense has looked really good these last few drives, and if they can get a score here, this game could get a lot more interesting.
Well, and we saw that it was a 16-point game, so they needed a couple of 2-point conversions to tie it, and I mean, that's exactly what Arcadia just gave them, those 2-point conversions. So they still have a lot of work to do. They only have 9 minutes to get 2 touchdowns, but, the big thing really, it's not worrying about the clock. It's worrying about getting the ball into the end zone, because they really just haven't been able to do that at all this second half and really the last 2.5 quarters, because this Arcadia defense has just been lights out.
Before getting those 29-16 at halftime, only 6-5 in the second half, only 1 touchdown, but a lot less explosive plays that we've been seeing in the second half, except for, of course, Force's huge run.
Both teams have really been watered down. They haven't really been able to get the ball moving very far. We saw 1 explosive play by Brady, but like I said, that was really it. Both teams have really been contained by the defenses.
As the kick return is going to be brought back all the way to about the 40-yard line. Very solid return there by Camelback, as for the second time in a row, we did not see a touchback.
Well, he was kicking from his own 20 there. He didn't have a lot. He was kicking far away because of the safety. But still, yeah, the great return there by Pereira. And once again, Camelback starting with great field position. It took a few seconds off the clock, but it's 9 minutes. There's still so much time left.
And with, of course, with the safety, I mean, making that a 14-point game, it looks like that Camelback was going to get the ball back anyway, of course, with the punt, but now allowing them just down 14 instead of down 16 with a penalty on the offense there on that return. So that's going to negate a large return by Pereira.
Yeah, well, that took them back about 15 yards, which is really hurts Camelback, especially because of such the great return that they had.
And Camelback will still have solid field position on their own 45 to start this drive with just above 9 minutes left in the game. But like I was saying, the safety turned this from a 16-point game to a 14-point game. Really gives, I don't want to say gives Camelback more cushion because they are still down by 14, but less, should I say, urgency and panic to go for 2. Here's the snap, deep throw down the left side of the field, and it's going to be, excuse me, not a deep throw, but a 5-yard gain.
It looked like it because he threw across the field there.
Throwing across the field, I mean, yeah.
He threw it far. It looked like he threw it far there, but
Yeah, Mortensen, looking to throw the ball more. Of course, with the clock ticking, fourth quarter, down by 2 scores. Mortensen kind of pushing the urgency on what this offense needs to do here.
Yeah, well, they really need to kind of figure it out quickly here, especially the ball that was still in play. The clock's going to run. It's just bleeding for Camelback. Every second counts here when you're down by multiple scores in the fourth quarter.
And Mortensen here in the shotgun, dropping back. Big rush coming. He's going to deliver a strike down the field. And that's going to be just off the hands.
Well, it looked like James Connolly once again had an opportunity there for a pick. A little low, would have been hard, but he's kind of been right place, right time for both picks, which have been just incredibly important for Arcadia to get that defense or get that offense off the field. But once again, the 2 edge rushers by Arcadia getting to Mortensen, no problem. It's a good job of Mortensen to
and being able
to get the ball out. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
You're good. And being able to pressure Mortensen, just allow him to throw the ball quicker, has been huge for this defense. Again, right there, we see them rushing, and that's going to be the screen or kind of jump pass out to Jalen Gillis, who we haven't really seen as much of in the second half after his big first half. And it's going to be a big, huge 3rd and 4 for Camelback as they're going to look to move these chains. And, at this point, it has to be 4th down territory. Just under 8 minutes in the fourth quarter, but
well, it is because they're having to go for it right here.
Excuse me, yes.
Yeah, no, you're good, you're good. But yes, you're absolutely right. It is 4 down territory. They cannot punt here. They have to go for it. All three plays have, not gone anywhere. So yeah, it is 1,000%. They have to convert here.
Morrison has been zipping the ball a lot on this drive. Kind of mishandles the snap. They're able to get it, backs up, and it's going to be a throw ball behind the line of scrimmage. Ball goes down as Mafu just catches the ball and hits the ground. So that's going to be a turnover. And just, again, for about the 2nd or 3rd straight play in a row, that D-line and, of course, with the edges on Arcadia getting to the quarterback, force him to make a throw and not even get anything there, really.
Yeah, no, it's been a tough night for Camelback's offense. Kind of like Arcadia, outside of 2 big plays, it's been a struggle to move the ball. And we thought it was going to be an explosive night. I said in the first quarter, I was like, this might be that night, but we haven't really seen much of a defensive slugfest as we've seen in this game. And the score won't really represent that, but if you look back on this game, 1,000% has been that.
With Rooney in the shotgun, he's going to hand it off to Forrest, and we're going to see a lot of Forrest for the rest of this game as he takes up the middle for a solid gain, maybe of about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, Rooney and Forrest are going to play cleanup here for the rest of this game now in the last 7 minutes. Just letting every second tick off. The defense has done its job tonight. It has done more than its job tonight. We talk about that beginning of the season, right? That story that we had. It was all about, can the offense outgun the other offense? But this game is just, it's really been all defense.
This Rooney takes the snap, hands it off to Forrest again, who gets a few yards there. It looks like he should have gone the first down on a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, looks like they gave it to him. I thought that's what the ref was signaling. Yep. Chains are moving right now.
Yeah, just, a killer 4th down, or a killer, should I say, last drive for Camelback that essentially ends the game. Down by 14, you definitely do have a shot at getting solid field position, and it's not being able to get anything on that drive. You saw Mortensen kind of zip it on that 2nd down off the hands of the receiver. Bruno's going to hand it off to Forrest and not get anything much there, really. You really could start to see Camelback use their timeouts on maybe a 3rd or 4th down here if they're able to keep getting some stops to try and get that ball back, and maybe this offense can turn into a game if they can even get back on the field.
Well, it was a good stop there by Camelback, not allowing a lot. But again, Arcadia, you really can't. You can't, be too upset about that. Those 2-yard gains. Obviously, you want to get the first down, and you want to keep the ball moving. But every second counting off has been really, really helpful for this team to try and finish this game off.
With the receiver in motion coming for the end around. Stopped quickly by the Camelback front seven, but looks like that might have been a loss of yards, or at least not many yards, if anything. But a third down here, which, I keep thinking Camelback can just get these stops. Maybe they have a chance to get something back in this game. We saw in that first quarter how explosive their offense can be, and that ball back could really bring that offense coming back. With the way that they looked in the first quarter, Jalen Gillis, Nathan Wingfield, haven't seen that explosiveness since then. We were talking about it earlier, but they can get this ball back. They could be able to make this game. Just need 2 more stops, and here's a big 3rd and 10.
Yeah, they need to get something here. They need to trust in their defense to get Rooney and crew off the field, and I think they just used up the 40 seconds and then just blew it dead for a timeout.
And it looks like Ray Brown will want to talk over this 3rd and 10 with his offense. Just kind of put this game away and just effectively end it with 3:59 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they'll get it close to 3 minutes right after that play.
Yeah, if you're Coach McNutt for Camelback, I don't want to say you should be discouraged from this game. There's so many ways that they could have definitely still been in it. A lot of miscues all around that really changed the outcome of this game. Of course, we've seen how good Arcadia is this year. Looking to start 5-0 for the first time in several years. And they're looking to just, of course, stay undefeated. But for this Camelback offense, they looked solid earlier in the game. Defense, second half looked a lot better. This here's a big 3rd and 10 for Rooney in the offense. Looking down the field, it's going to be a short pass to Jeremy Smith, and he's going to be close to the first down line. Couldn't get a great view on where. Looks like he might just be short for 4th down.
Yeah, he's probably about 3 or 4 yards out. That's an interesting call, throwing to the outside there, because it stops the clock. Could have gotten it down to at least 3:10. Let Garrett Heil kick his field goal.
This is going to be a long one for Heil.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be about a 35-yard, maybe a little bit more. That's where they're holding it.
Yeah, looks like this.
Yeah, I know he's going to kick it from the 35.
So it looks like this will be about a 45-yard field goal for Heil, putting it for the dagger in this game to make it 3 scores. As the kick is up, kind of lining weird, and that's going to be missed left. So 3:49 left in this game after the missed kick by Heil, and this definitely could still be a game. We've said this last few drives, if Camelback can get the offense going, get the ball in the end zone, we'll have ourselves a game. But for the late Friday night fireworks, it could happen now with 4 minutes left here.
Yeah, well, it's funny you put that emphasis in late, because I think this is by far the longest game for Arcadia this season here, as we, are knocking on the door at 10 o'clock here in Arizona. But yeah, I don't know. From our angle, I thought it was good. It looks like it was a little short. Garrett Heil having a rare off night, 2 missed field goals, an extra point that was missed. So, you really kind of wanted that security blanket, but Camelback, as Arcadia was struggling to get set up there, they need a touchdown here.
Morrison throws it deep down the field. Looks like that is going to be, a great play by Keyshawn Middleton, the senior back for Arcadia. That ball was right there in the hands for, it looks like it was Akin Logan, who has been on the near side of the field for us most of the game and giving these deep shots down the field for about the 3rd or 4th time. But he had that in his hands, looked like he was going to be in bounds, and it's a great play by Middleton to knock that out.
Yeah, it was a great play by Middleton. I'm not sure 100% if he would have been in bounds on the land, but still making sure there's no doubt about it. Getting his hands on the ball, disrupting the pass. Great play.
And it's going to be a low snap here. He's going to try and turn this into something and just kind of throws the ball away as he's taking a hit. And there's a late flag. Looks like that could possibly be on Arcadia. Not sure if it was a late hit because that came out way after the hit, but we'll have to wait and see. Looks like it may be unsportsmanlike conduct on Arcadia.
Yeah, I don't know what he said. He had to have said something or done like a sign or something because that was a very late flag, and it wasn't due to a play, and I mean it just moved them way up the field there. So that is a costly penalty and an unforced penalty. Again, he must have had to have said something because there was nothing on that play. Again, a great job by the Arcadia front, just having its way, getting to the backfield, creating so much disruption for Rocco Mortensen. And, well, I mean, that turned into like 20 yards there, so can't really be too upset about that if you're a Camelback.
With just above 3:30 left, we're going to see Mortensen overthrow Pereira there on the right side. Wasn't going to be a huge gain there. Looks like he could have even been hit and stayed in bounds to waste some clock. So not the worst case scenario for the Spartans there, but for Mortensen, I mean, just overthrowing a receiver, it has to be a little bit of a hit in your confidence for the rest of this drive. Yeah,
it was a high hit. It was a high throw. Pereira probably should have had that. It looked like it went right through his hands there, and that's just, that's Camelback missing one of their number one guys in Nathan Wingfield, who went down earlier, unfortunately, in the third quarter. But, those quick passes, those are like your go-to to get yards, and you needed that. And when you can't make those plays, it's really going to be hard for this team to continue to move up the field.
With 4 receivers out, Mortensen's going to take that, just kind of give a quick slant for about 6-7 yards. And they're going to have a third and about 4 or 5 here. Clock still ticking. Closing in on 3 minutes left in the game.
Well, they got something there. It was really the first time in a while that they had progressed up the field on their own with a great pass there by Mortensen. But, yeah, I mean, clock's running. You got to move.
Big 3rd and 4. Mortensen's going to drop back, kind of give a ooh. And that's going to be a tough drop for Akin Logan. Looks like that could have been a first down. Looks like he had time to turn and possibly evade whatever defender was coming his way. But a tough drop there for Logan. And game on the line here for 4th and 3. If you miss this, of course, that's the dagger. Arcadia's going to run the clock out. But one play here for Camelback to keep their hopes alive for the rest of this game.
Yeah, well, and like you just said, that was a tough one to drop. And it seems like they go one step forward and then 1 step right back on the drop there. So he really needed that one. This is you nailed it on the head. This is kind of do or die here for this Camelback offense to try and stay in this game.
Mortensen's going to have 4 receivers out. Running back in the backfield as he's dropping back. Slinging it down the field, and that's going to be way overthrown. Intercepted by Carter Pruitt, who's going to try and return that down to about the 40-yard line, taken down by Ian Mazan, as it looked like there was a late flag coming out there before the tackle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the flag is, but like you said, kind of a desperation throw. It was a toss-up on who was going to get the interception there for Arcadia. Happened to be Carter Pruitt, and kind of a nail in the coffin for this Camelback offense, and just kind of the exclamation point for just such a great game by this Arcadia defense.
And for a game that, I mean, from the first quarter, we made it think, tied 10-10 in the second quarter, that this game could be going all the way to the final drive. But Arcadia able to just pull away in the second half. 2 touchdowns. I mean, Camelback, it really seems like this game we talked about earlier, this could have been a much closer game. The miscues, the misfirings from them on both sides of the ball has really been killer for them tonight. It's just the handoff, and it looks like that's going to be Force taking that on the outside. And a solid hit there by a Spartan defender. And that clock's just going to keep running, nearing 2:30 left in the game. Arcadia up 35-21 over Camelback.
Yep, like we said, just kind of running the clock down, getting to that point where you can kind of just, put this game in the rear view and prove to 5-0. A lot to work on this game if you're the offense, but happy that you get the win. You run the clock out, and so like I said, just kind of.
With 2 minutes left in the game, 2nd and 12 for Arcadia. From about their own 18, they're going to look to just keep running the ball. Here's the handoff up the middle for a gain of a few yards there.
Good job there by Forrest, just getting up the field, making it 3rd and manageable. Referee wanting the Camelback crew up there to get the clock running, keep the clock running there. But, yeah, no, like we said, just there were many chances for Camelback this game to stay in it and get in the end zone, but just a really good job by Arcadia to not allow that to happen. And, just they did everything they needed to do defensively. They shook off those 2 explosive plays earlier in the game, and, they really just didn't look back from there.
For a 3rd and 9 here. Essentially the last meaningful play of the game, possibly. Handoff up the middle, not going to go anywhere. And, I mean, if you're Camelback, I do see the clock still ticking. Here's some whistles.
I think they might have called a timeout there.
And yeah, it looks like the clock stop is there. With 53 seconds left, I mean, is there a chance that you hope to, get a good punt return here? Maybe score, get an onside kick? Or is this game effective?
Well, you really want to think miraculously like that, but, you try and do everything you can to make sure that try and do everything you can to stay in the game and try anything, but you've kind of run out of chances this game to be able to do so if you're Camelback.
And it looks like the punt team will come out for Arcadia. 4th and 9 from about their own 35, 34-yard line. And, the question really is Camelback able to just get any quick score? If they can somehow score with about 10 seconds left, then you talk onside kicks. It keeps the game alive, but Camelback will still have about 40, 45 seconds on offense with the ball here. As the punt return is deep back around the 20, expecting a long punt this time after misreading the one before that. Here comes the punt by Heil. Punt is bouncing around the 30-yard line, and it's going to be down around the 40. So Camelback's going to come back on the field with about 42 seconds left and see if the offense can make a miracle happen.
Multiple flags on the play.
With some flags on the play, we're going to wait and see what it looks like.
Remember, students, call your parents, text them, tell them, help mark.
And for Camelback, they followed to 1-4 on the season in the 5A. Tough schedule for them so far this year. Hasn't looked amazing in most games so far this year. Last week, they had a really close 8-6 loss for Cesar Chavez, and then a blowout loss before that. But a game here where they didn't play bad overall. Lost by 2 touchdowns, of course, but a game where they had a lot of miscues. I feel like we didn't see the best from this Camelback Spartans team as the refs are discussing what the flag could be. And it looks like the Arcadia defense is on the field, just waiting for the Spartans offense to get out of their huddle and see if they can make anything crazy happen here tonight. 42 seconds left. Game's never over. I've been saying for the whole fourth quarter, thinking of ways that Camelback can come back, but 42 seconds left, still time if they can get some quick explosive play to keep this game alive. It looks like that penalty will be on Camelback, and they're going from what was originally going to be the 40-yard line to back around the 15 or 20. Yeah, big penalty that's going to take, about 30 yards off of the original spot. Camelback is definitely running out of time here. 42 seconds left to go, about 90 yards. But Morton's going to look to move the ball here. And for Arcadia, Ray Brown has to be ecstatic about the 5-0 start for this team. Big wins for them so far. A 34-6 to start off the season. The nail-biter 34-28 down in Tucson in Sarita against Walden Grove. 31-14 win over Ben Franklin. 42-19 versus Coconino, which last week Coconino looked like a solid team, but Arcadia had one of, if not their best game of the year. And then as of now, 35-21 as Morrison drops back, and another drop pass. That's another drop pass, about the third or fourth in the last two drives for the Spartans offense, which has just been killing them from being able to move the ball at all. But for this Arcadia team, scored 30-plus points for the fifth time in all 5 games so far this season. And next week, they're back at home. We'll be 5-0 against a Desert Sunrise team who, entering tonight, Friday night, was 0-4. A team that could be kind of a dark horse win, or dark horse game, or trap game for Arcadia. Desert Sunrise has not looked great this year at all. Lost 56-7, 21-17, 27-0, and then 52-7. But 52-7 tonight against an undefeated Vista Grande team is always going to be tough. But for Arcadia, they're definitely going to just look to fix up some penalties, kind of play some cleaner football. They did have some bad penalties, some bad personal fouls, late hits, and a few miscues on both sides of the ball. The front seven did look amazing tonight, holding this Camelback team to 21 points. And the offensive attack after that first quarter, the second half, their defense looked absolutely amazing, absolutely locked down. After being 29-16 at the half, they were able to outscore them in the second half 6-5. As there's a big play on the outside for what looks like a first down on a long third down with 30 seconds left in the game. Camelback still looking to pull off some kind of miracle, but offense kind of started in the second half, only scoring 6 points on that long Brady Force run, about 70 yards for his second of the game. But again, Arcadia scoring 30 points for the 5th time this year. Every single game, offense has looked great. Rooney didn't get as much deep ball passing as he usually does. Didn't scramble as much around the pocket as he usually does, but still putting up 35 in somewhat a down night for the offense. But we saw a lot of explosive plays for this team. The forced 70-yard run, the Jeremy Smith about 75, 80-yard touchdown, to just one of the most explosive plays from Arcadia we've seen all year. As there's another run on first down for Camelback, and it looks like the clock will keep running. 20 seconds left in the game. When do I do an outro? What? Okay. And 10 seconds left in this game. It looks like that will be the end of the game. Arcadia improves to 5-0 with a 35-21 win over Camelback. Titans are undefeated, happy on the field, and 5-0 for the first time since 2019 when they were 3-0, 4-0. This is one of the best teams they have had in the last few years. Braylon Rooney, of course, running the offense. Brady Forrest, Jeremy Smith, the big trio on the offense with so many other guys. Defense, front seven looked amazing tonight with John Coulter, Nick McCormack, and so many, Carter Pruitt, of course, in the secondary. So many guys on this team who have just been amazing so far. But Arcadia 5-0, 35-21 win tonight. We thank you all for tuning in tonight on Varsity Sports Show and NFHS Network. Arcadia's 5-0. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.